kind of bows out.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
It is the Friday edition. Are we going to overreact to Trey Smack? This is the kind of scrutiny he's going to face. There was some again yesterday. We'll talk about it. Edition. It's great to be back in the basement where I belong. After a few days at the venerable stadium in town for the Packers minicamp. Packers will not practice together as a full team again until July 29th, which Matt LaFleur tells us will be the first practice of training camp edition. And what'd you learn from the offseason program, Jason? Nothing. I stand by that position, but there are things to talk about edition of Wilde and Tausch. On 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and, of course, everything you need on the amazing, stupendous, fantastic ESPN Wisconsin app, which can be found both in the Apple and Android app stores, which can be customized, so you can put the little Wilde and Tausch brand new 10th anniversary logoed choice in the one spot. And, of course, it's all free as well. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Broke down a little film of the show from yesterday. Not just the part where Tausch was being a jerk, but also I need to stand up.
You were pouting or not? The pouting part?
I was making my position
No,
clear.
you're pouting. That's all right, though. I like a little pouting.
A little pouty yesterday.
Yeah, not a little bit.
Little pouty.
Super
Jesse,
pouty.
why are you so scared of Tausch, Jesse? Why do you have to agree with him on everything? Why? What are you afraid of?
I'm an umpire, Jason. I call it as I see it.
Isn't
You're a little pouty
it
yesterday.
super weird, though, that here and again, man, I'm a bigger guy.
Can I
The fact
introduce
that
you?
Jesse is more scared of you is concerning to me. But yeah, go ahead.
Jesse
and introduce me.
Nelson. Jesse Nelson's in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studio. So is Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher, whose
I'm not even that excited about
classmates-
being in here today either. I'm frustrated, actually.
whose classmate
makes two
in
of us.
Hall of Fame class of 20. What was that, 2018 you guys went in? I got to look at
I don't
my
know, man. Don't live in the
glass.
past. Live in the future.
Well, I am speaking about the future because in 27 minutes, your classmate,
Hopefully,
which I was trying to get the information accurately portrayed,
Okay.
he went into the hall with you. Ryan Longwell will join us to discuss Trey Smack, Lucas Havrasik, Brett Conway, all the
Curtis
ins and outs
Conway.
of succeeding as a rookie kicker or taking advantage of your opportunity if the draft pick falters. So stay tuned for that.
So I'm assuming because Trey Smack missed the 35-yard field goal yesterday, there's a lot of folks that are going to overreact. Is that
There are. I'm not. That is not. I had actually asked Ryan to come on before that because I had spent some time with Lucas Havrasik earlier in the week, and of course I want to write about him today.
Yeah.
So a little double dip, and so I wanted to kind of get his insight into how do you handle yourself if you're the other guy, right? Brett Conway was a third-round pick. Trey Smack is a sixth-round pick. Doesn't really matter because if you use a draft pick on a specialist, you intend for him to be that guy. And obviously the 97 Packers intended Brett Conway to be that guy, and the Packers of 2026 intend for Trey Smack to be that guy. But Lucas Havrasik kicking inside the Hudson Center, which is different than outside at Ray Nitschke Field, was 8 for 8 on Wednesday. Trey Smack was 7 for 8 on Tuesday, but then he missed a 35-yarder at the end of a 2-minute drill yesterday, and there was definitely some oohs and ahs and uh-oh, Cheerio reactions from some on the sideline. So Ryan will join us coming up. Yeah, I broke down a little bit of film. Somebody posted, Jesse, I don't know if it was you. I don't know if that's in your purview anymore.
No, he utilizes Cheesehead TV for all posting.
Let
That's
him
what my
finish.
understanding
I
is.
did something yesterday.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
The clip that I saw was, I think it was on Facebook, of me saying that Tucker Kraft is going to want to be the highest paid tight end, which is not a hot. That's not a hot
I did do
take
that
at all.
one. Yeah.
That's a good one.
That was a good take by you yesterday.
Which I stand by, and I don't have any doubt about. What I would say though, is that my delivery, like I could see why people listen to our show at 1.5 speed, because I am a little bit deliberate, and so I still think sitting down in my office brings down my energy level. I feel much more comfortable standing up in my little, what used to be a closet in our basement. And
just for the record,
I feel like I bring it more.
Yeah, and there's no doubt, and I think I can't remember the guy's name. We had on early in the show. I went to broadcast boot camp, and he said, standing, you have a wireless, wired up mic. You could easily stand. It's not like you have a little microphone.
Yeah, I
in
don't.
Your office.
I don't have the office set up to the way that I would like. Like obviously,
but it's on your phone and a wireless, right?
Yeah, but like, okay, but like here I have.
I understand that when
my
you're at
baby
home,
phone.
Totally get it.
Set up for a good camera angle. In there, I've got this old iPad right now on like a kitchen. Like you would put in your cupboards to like allow you to put like peanut butter on one level and then jelly on the next level, and so I'm out of
Jelly
sorts.
Nelson.
And I am appreciative that the Packers give us workspace. I am not complaining about it. I'm just struggling to adjust.
Do they charge you
after
rent?
20 plus years. No, they provided, as they said in the press release, in which they told us what we can and can't do, and it was basically just directed at me. They provide it as a courtesy. And I appreciate that courtesy, because I'm the only one who has to do a full-fledged radio show when I'm over there.
Stud.
And
what a baller.
No, that's not what I mean.
But it is. It's a humble brag, which is cool. You're 10 years on the air, baby. 3-time Sports Writer of the Year, baby. Let's let the peacock shine a little bit, old boy. Jesse, you got anything to add? I think it's great. Let Jason shine a little bit, huh?
Nothing to add.
All right, fair enough. Continue,
Thank you.
Jason.
Other people like Domofsky or Schneidman or Bill Huber, they certainly do occasional radio appearances. Schneidman's got a podcast. I get all that. But like when we're there and then we go to practice, I'm really the only one doing that kind of stuff. I could do the rest of my job out in a common area. This is huge for me to be able to do the show with the door closed. So I am very appreciative of it. The issue is simply that I need to get a better setup so I feel more comfortable. That's all. Tausch, Jesse wanted me to start with my top 3 takeaways of the mandatory minicamp.
I'm going to start the fact.
I was about to say, if you would have let me say, I was going to say, but I have to think you have something else you'd like to start with.
But you said you wanted to speed things up, so that's kind of...
No, my
as
pace,
much,
not yours.
I'm not going to put this all on me. I interrupt you a lot. We all know that it's been 10 years of it. It is what it is. I totally own it. I do. But I didn't even realize till you just said this. You talk so slow that I think you kind of force me sometimes to interrupt. Is that a fair assessment?
I think I'm ready to go quite that.
You just said that you talk slow and deliberate, and you understand why people listen 1.5 time on the pod, or?
I don't think I force you to jump in. I think you are hardwired.
Anyways,
as an interrupter.
You might be right. There's some sense of that, but I also now think I could put a little bit of that, to go back to a Scalzo and Brust deal, a little pie chart of blame. I think I'm going to put a little sliver on there for you.
Sure. I'd be happy to take it. I'm Brush.
Are we not at all concerned that we are at the behest of wireless internet for everything in life?
Yeah, I hate it.
Because, full disclosure, I've been on the road a bunch. Been last couple of weeks, and I'm not looking for any heroes welcome here. I've been on the road a lot doing stuff.
Of course,
it's going to be nice to just do my show from an undisclosed location this morning. I wake up. I'm going to, tune into Unsportsmanlike. No cable. All right, no big deal. Cable goes out all the time. Look on my phone. Can't pull up anything. I'm trying to see what the SpaceX IPO is coming in at. Then I was going to, try to, look at Twitter a little bit, find some stuff for some nugs for today. Nothing.
Some nugs.
Then you look at, I want to pull up my Skylight little calendar deal because I want to see, I know we got some stuff going on today. I got to make sure I got everything figured out so that that ain't working. All right. So then I'm looking like, all right, I just tried to go on the internet. That ain't working. You're screwed. So I have a hit that I do on WTMJ. I like to be at my undisclosed location so I can be on video and I can do it. That don't work. If I had to, I want to go into a bank and deposits, UW Credit Union, all that. We are so beholden to all this, and I don't even know what. Jesse, his wireless is fine. Everybody else is wireless, but there's an area of town that's not, and it just made me think, could I do it? Could I go back and go old school again? Because I don't want to be beholden to all of this. Can I do it? And are we not a little concerned that we're so every last thing is at the whim of somebody wants to hack, if there's a big storm, if there's stuff, we are screwed. And nobody talks about it because it's scary, because it would be catastrophic, would it not? How long can you go without it? They're talking 2 days. We're going to be out without it. What? How long can we go as a society without it? Are we prepared for it? I got a lot of questions that I never thought about until this morning.
Yeah, that's why hackers attack that kind of infrastructure too, because it does cause major issues with all kinds of, like.
It's not really an issue until it's an issue for you, though. That's what I've just found.
No doubt. You're right, and it is definitely an issue for you today.
So I'm not sure. Where am I supposed to be at? I can't even pull up my calendar on my workout deal.
We when we went on our cruise last year, we did not get the internet package, and so we went.
And you loved it.
I remember that.
Yeah,
is it the happiest you've ever been?
It was the first day or so. It was pretty stressful. Our dog actually had a surgery while we were gone, so that was kind of nerve-wracking to not be connected during that. But
you left your dog with another family to have surgery?
It was an interesting.
No, he'd had surgery before you left.
No.
So your dog had a major surgery while you were gone?
Yeah.
Owen Wilson and Jennifer Aniston wouldn't have done that.
I'm sure they wouldn't have.
So I did not have a Marley and Me reference planned for today's show. Well played.
Point being, by the time we got to day 4 or 5, it was fantastic to not be connected and to be like totally removed. But
then
for the first day or two,
what
it was
it on
tough.
day 8 when you got back to it, though?
Like 750 emails.
Was that fantastic?
A couple hundred texts. It was stressful, catching up on everything.
I feel like you have to just make it the new lifestyle. And I don't know if you can. I honestly don't know if we can function in today's society. I don't think you can. So just so we're all on the same page, I want to make sure I'm being eloquent about this. We are at the behest of wireless providers for our life. Is that fair?
Yeah, there's no going back.
And you can't go back.
It is as much as power and gas.
Oh, no.
And
Power is
water.
more important than having wireless.
It's in the same.
You ain't eating a steak on wireless. You ain't eating a steak if you're gone for 3 days and your power's out. It's dead. It's gone. It's over.
Yes, but
you can eat without wireless. We can agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's why I'm saying power is more important.
Cuts.
Well, right. I didn't say they were.
I don't think you can have wireless without power, can you? No, I'm curious. I want to be educated.
I mean, if we really want to get into it, there's like the 5G component, and technically, if you could go charge your phone somewhere else,
but can we agree that if we're power ranking things that we have to rely upon, power would be ahead of wireless? Is that fair?
Yes, power would be on top of the power rankings. Yes, Tausch. But the fact that you are in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios and are struggling to function because your cable and internet are out tells me that it is in the same class along with your hot water heater so you can shower.
Oh, that's way down. You can get by with cold water. That part I would
Do
disagree.
you want me to contribute to this
I
conversation,
do.
or would you like
Can
to
I
just
not
tell us what
chime
the
in?
power rankings are?
I'm chiming in my thoughts. You obviously think hot water's at the top 3. I don't. Are you new here?
Air conditioning and heat obviously are the
Central air.
equation.
Yeah, that's much more important than hot water. I'll agree. You can boil water. I can go get a log.
Of
and
course, if
start
you
that
don't
up.
have central air, you can always you can buy a unit for the window unit.
Yeah, you don't
and
have
then
Not
power.
if the power's out, you
Power's
can't.
top.
Then you can build a fire in the fireplace,
All right,
and you don't need
power's
power
top-
for that.
Power's the top of the list. Boom. I don't think anybody's going to argue with that. All right, continue, Jason.
Apparently, Facebook is also down today.
No, that luckily I don't know and
Good.
care about.
Tausch coming in here disrupted my ability to get us on Facebook.
Yeah, I
this
don't
morning,
think it.
so
I don't
not a
think it was
problem.
Tausch's unexpected
Let me tell you something.
Oh
appearance.
no, for me it was. It definitely
Facebook
was.
would be real low on my power list.
Yes, I would agree. I just was mentioning that as
You
something
put
that's also
Twitter ahead of
happening
it, though.
today.
No, that's another conversation.
How about the refrigerator?
That's power.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, but refrigerators can't break.
Yeah.
You can still have your power, but your fridge
Freezer's
is out.
more
that
important
steak
than a
of
fridge.
yours is cooked.
Freezer's
Figuratively
more
speaking.
important than a fridge.
no.
Yeah.
How?
What
Why?
do you mean how? You have more stuff in a freezer than you do in your fridge.
Just don't freeze stuff and just go get it from the store,
Okay.
bring it home, and make it right away. You could
Okay,
do
Opie.
that. You could live
all right,
that
Opie.
way.
Sure.
You can't
Fair
have.
enough.
You're not going to go buy a
What are
thing
you,
of
Sam
milk
the
every day.
butcher?
if you
You're
don't
going
know-
down to the butcher shop every day and having Flo cut up steaks down on the deal? Like that's-
Whoa.
What was the gal's name? The maid in that show.
Alice.
Alice. What are you gonna have Alice cutting up
I don't-
steaks for you?
I'm starting to think you're not actually interested in hearing anyone else's
No,
opinions
I am.
on this
Gee,
matter.
what gave you that
All right,
impression, Jesse?
I'm just trying to chime in. Continue, Jason.
No, I'm not going to continue. I want to get to Ryan Longwell on time.
You're such a baby.
You know what? You know what's really important? Windows. That's
I
at
don't
the
even-
top of our power rankings because they're Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
I didn't even bring my binder in. I'm so rattled. So I'm going all over. And
Oh, you're going rogue.
I'm going rogue, but not when it comes to windows and doors, and that, of course, is Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Shopping for new windows and doors should never include haggling. Pella sticks to straightforward pricing, honest conversations, helping homeowners find the right fit for their home. They never use high-pressure sales tactics when you buy direct. Through Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the same team that manufactures your windows and doors also sell them, install them, and will service them. Real pricing, premium quality without the game. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
I will indeed get to the things that I did learn-ish from mandatory minicamp, and then we will talk to Ryan Longwell about the kicking conundrum. That's all still ahead. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. All the biggest voices, all in one place. The Yingling Legends Line. Exclusive insight from Hall of Famers, All-Stars, and Game Changers, all on the Yingling Legends Line.
Brian Braun, I appreciate you joining us here on Kyle and Brust.
But we just wanted to have fun. You know, baseball's a game of failure and adversity. It's such a long season. You want to find ways to enjoy the success when you have good moments.
The Yingling Legends Line. Crack open a Yingling lager and raise a toast to an American tradition. D.G. Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Well, earlier this week, I told you about Sendik's Crab Fest. And if you're looking for a great Father's Day gift, this is it. Restaurant quality seafood at prices you won't find just anywhere. Go to Sendix.com and click the Crab Fest pre-order tab to reserve Dad's favorite seafood for Father's Day weekend. No matter what type of seafood your dad loves, you can order it as part of Sendik's Crab Fest. Jumbo Southern Red King crab legs, just $44.99 per pound. And each leg weighs nearly 2/3 of a pound. They're massive. Sendix is also featuring Snap and Eat crab claws for $7.99 per pound and premium wild-caught Caribbean lobster tails for just $19.99 per pound. And if Dad prefers fish, you got wild-caught walleye fillets, just $7.99 per pound. Plus, you'll find salmon, halibut, shrimp, and scallops at great Crab Fest prices. These seafood specials are only available for a limited time, so reserve your order today at Sendix.com. Sendix, your trusted local grocer.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank. When it comes to a home mortgage, we understand you want a simple, stress-free process, great service, and a loan you can feel good about. And for 90 years, that's exactly how we've been doing things at Great Midwest Bank. So if you're thinking about buying, building, renovating, or refinancing, get started at greatmidwestbank.com to find a knowledgeable loan officer and get the peace of mind you deserve. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
You bought an RV, and you got an automatic discount from Progressive by bundling it with your home or auto insurance. That's great, but a serious word of warning every RVer should heed. You don't need to talk about things like dry weight or dump stations. And you don't need one of those expensive water filter straws either. Because the most extreme thing most RVers encounter is a campsite without hookups. So just enjoy yourself. And Progressive's automatic discount when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
Hi, it's Zoe, personal stylist at Macy's. If you're like, what am I wearing on this trip? To this wedding? To brunch? Your timing's perfect. Our best brands are all 30% off. I'll pull some great pieces that are made for you, so you'll show up confident, looking amazing. Plus, 15 off designer beauty and fragrance. Sign up for Star Rewards and earn even faster at Macy's Friends and Family. Going on now. Savings off regular and already reduced prices. Exclusions apply.
It's Mike with Infinity Exteriors. I've seen it all, Wisconsin. Sketchy sales gimmicks for low-quality windows, siding that costs more than a new home, fly-by-night roofers. 60,000 happy customers made a better choice. Infinity Exteriors roofing, siding, and windows all come with our lifetime workmanship warranty, no overcharges, and transparent pricing. At Infinity Exteriors, we're on a mission to save our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Ryan Longwell scheduled to appear on the Yingling guest hotline coming up shortly. Before that, I think I talked about most of these things throughout the week as we went through 3 days of mandatory minicamp practices. But first, biggest thing that jumped out at me, and Matt LaFleur, more importantly, his answer to it, when we were asking him about it, was Jagger Burton working with the ones. We talked all offseason about depth on this offensive line. There's a lot longer to go before you can say that Jagger Burton is ready to play in an NFL regular season game that counts in the standings. But the fact that Matt LaFleur, when he had a chance to give a very milquetoast, we like what we're seeing from him. We got some guys that are sidelined, and instead saying that he's going to be in the mix for playing time, that was significant.
Jason, how much of that is excited about Jagger Burton, or how much of it is about the guys that they got back?
Yeah, it's a great question because, I don't know offensive line play like you and Blue do, so I can't tell you, Anthony Belton didn't have a good camp. I'm not going to pretend that I know well enough to be able to speak to that, but they have a depth issue, and whether it's Travis Glover coming off a shoulder injury or it's Darian Kennard, who has never played left tackle, who theoretically would be their swing tackle. Zach Tom not practicing, coming back from the torn patellar tendon. The 3 days of this minicamp, Aaron Banks wasn't practicing, although he says he's fully healthy. So I think it's probably a combination of both. But again, this is the challenge when, and they've done this at other positions, but Tausch, how many times have we talked about the idea of these old offensive linemen, not like old, but guys that have been there, done that you just have as kind of the, in case of emergency, break glass guy, that if you need him to start 2 games at right guard, they've played the league for 8-9 years, and you know that you can count on them to play at a reasonable level.
So is Zach Tom cleared? Have we gotten all of the reports?
I talked to him. You can read about it at channel3000.com.
Well, can you give me a short clip so I don't have to double dip?
So I don't look. I'm not a doctor. I don't play one on the radio, but I was surprised he had a partial tear of his patellar tendon. As he explained the surgery to me, they cleared out the damaged part, and then it heals on its own.
Okay, so it's a
regenerative
deal.
So they didn't reconnect the torn part. So his goal is to be ready for the start of camp. I don't know if that's realistic. He said the most important thing to him is that he wants to take part in the joint practices, which, again, I don't know if they're going to have more than one. Like, is Mike LaFleur and the Cardinals, are they going to come out and do 2 of them? Because a lot of times that second day devolves into fighting.
A little scrappy.
Right. So, and we've already been told by Matt LaFleur he's not planning on doing one in Pittsburgh or in Denver because they're night games, and it means you're there a long time.
Wouldn't it be fun if Aaron Rodgers, who hated joint practices, who was the old broker of peace back in the 70s everybody always turns to?
Henry Kissinger?
What if he is the Henry Kissinger of the Pittsburgh Accord? And they find a way. Aaron Rodgers says, you know what, man, I was wrong. Calls Matt LaFleur and says, come on out. None of us are going to play on Thursday night. Let's do a Wednesday night tussle with the ones and the guys that are going to play, and let's go get to work. Don't think it's going to matter, but wouldn't that be something? Rodgers has always kind of viewed himself as a statesman, and if he could be the Henry Kissinger of the Pittsburgh Accords and find a way, he should try to. I mean, if I was Kissinger there, you try to get this thing back to Lambeau, just because of the,
sure,
just the moment and everything else. But we'll go out to Steel City, and let's Kissinger this bad boy up and get a little something going.
Yeah,
it's obvious that they want to do joint practices. They're
the last bastion of real preseason football, or as close as we get to it.
Surprised they haven't sold like a package that only Netflix or somebody can just cover the joint practices. Like, it would actually make a ton of sense. And then they force teams to say, okay, you're going to do your joint practice, but you're going 10 to 12. All right, well, then the Cowboys, you're going 12 to 2. And then, why would they not do that?
You're an idea man. You're always ahead of the curve. I will give a few more of my observations, but to put a bow on the Zach Tom part, as I discussed with him, I said, you're a lot like Bulaga and Tausch were. Like, you feel like you need to practice. You're not a guy that wants to have the week off and then try to play on Sundays. He's like, absolutely. And I said, so a joint practice would be enough? And he said, and he kind of started to chuckle, and I was like, whoa, wait a minute. He said he'd even play in a preseason game, which players of his caliber don't play in preseason games. And I don't think they will let him.
He ain't playing in a preseason game.
But that's how much he views needing the work. So, again, we'll see how soon he's ready. We've talked about Tucker Kraft throughout the week.
But he didn't have – that's an interesting nugget.
The surgery.
He did not have a full-on surgery. He didn't have a 6 to 8 month recovery. He just had – again, it's always easier when you're talking about other people's surgeries. He had a little cleanup, a little regen is what it sounds like.
Yeah. So, again, he did not do anything during the week that obviously has allowed this question of depth on the offensive line to at least have guys get work that they wouldn't normally get. Darian Kennard, obviously, and Jagger Burton as well. We'll get into more of my observations from camp, but I want to get to Ryan Longwell, both in terms of the Trey Smack inconsistency and what a guy like Lucas Havrisik, who I think people forgot was even among the players on the roster, because we sure talked a lot about the release of Brandon McManus. All I know is when it comes to kickers, it's just like insuring your home and your family and your automobile. You need to be like AmFam and insure carefully when you dream fearlessly.
Indeed you do, and we just had a great week. Last week we were out at the AmFam Championship, and again, all the great things that American Family does in the community, but they also are looking out for you, making sure your home and auto are protected from all of these storms that keep coming. It's great to have American Family Insurance on our team. It's great to have them as an agent. Go to amfam.com to find yours. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly with American Family Insurance.
Ryan Longwell scheduled to appear next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Catch a Brewers showdown with the Phillies Friday, June 12th through Sunday the 14th. Come see the crew and leave with a giveaway as the first 25,000 fans on Saturday the 13th will get a William Contreras bobblehead, courtesy of Nicolay Water. Then, kids own the ballpark Sunday the 14th when the first 5,000 fans ages 14 and under get a Sal Frelick jersey, courtesy of Joy. Score your seats for a can't-miss summer weekend at Brewers.com.
No matter what business you're in, as the #1 SBA lender in Wisconsin, Summit Credit Union helps your vision take shape with loan programs, great rates, and strategic solutions.
Awarded the #1 SBA lender by the Small Business Administration of Wisconsin in 2025.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella-certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Vortex Golf makes rangefinders for serious golfers who need an accurate number every time. With 3 options, the Blade, Blade Slope, and Anarch, there's a Vortex rangefinder that fits your game. Crystal clear optics and features like image stabilization keep you steady in big moments. Plus, every Vortex Golf product is backed by a no-questions-asked lifetime warranty. If you're looking for an accurate number every time, Vortex Golf belongs on your bag. Grab yours and everything you need for golf season in Wisconsin at Shields.com.
The cooler's packed, the sun is shining. The only thing left to do? Citrus back and relax with Carbless. Refreshing, ready to drink, and packed with bold citrus flavor, Carbless is the ultimate upgrade for every summer adventure, from dock days to bonfire nights. No mixing, no hassle, just crack it open and enjoy the moment. This summer, trade the stress for zest. Citrus back and relax with Carbless. Carbless, find your bliss at drinkcarbless.com.
Paul Hansen here, founder of Iron Jock. Worried about the heat this summer? Don't sweat it. Our gear is made for real life. Iron Jock apparel combines moisture wicking with superior cooling and advanced odor-fighting silver ion technology that eliminates 99.9% of odor causing bacteria, so you are fresh for whatever's next. Our focus is simple. Make apparel that performs hard no matter where you are or what you are doing. Visit us at ironjock.com to experience the difference.
Hi, we're the Woodmans. I'm Clint.
I'm Phil, saving you big time money on juice and drinks.
64-ounce Indian Summer Apple Juice, just $1.99, or 64-ounce Indian Summer Juice Blends, 99 cents.
I caramba, hot prices on juice and drinks.
Apple Juice, $1.99, or Juice Blends, 99.
Can you believe it? Just 99 cents.
Better products, better prices, better service, because we're employee-owned.
When you're getting married, the rings matter. There's something you wear for a lifetime. That's why my fiance and I went to Paul's Jewelers. Paul's Jewelers specializes in custom jewelry for life's biggest moments. Lab-grown or natural diamonds, great pricing, and a lifetime warranty, so your jewelry can be refurbished, repaired, or refitted anytime down the road. Their team made the entire process easy and stress-free. I can't wait to show off my wedding band after our big day. Create your masterpiece today by visiting Paul's Jewelers in West Allis.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
There is no one more qualified to give us insight into the Packers' current kicking conundrum than this guy. He also happened to enter the Packers Hall of Fame with Tausch and is one of my favorite guys I've ever covered, which I know Tausch loves it when I mention that. Through 30 years, that's a lot of guys. Joining us now on the Yuengling guest hotline, which really in this case should be the Legends hotline. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America, now in Wisconsin. 197 years they've been around, and now they're in Wisconsin. D.G. Yuengling and Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly. They don't get any better than this guy, the former leading scorer in Packers history. It's Ryan Longwell on Wilde and Tausch. Ryan, good morning. How are you, buddy?
Excellent. How are you guys?
Outstanding.
You golfing today?
I am.
Where you at?
I try.
Sounds great.
We're here in Orlando.
Okay.
I'll golf at the club. Whether it's
Phil Mickelson with you, or is he not there?
He's preoccupied, as it were.
So you're out. You're getting 18. You got to get 18'd. You're going with Reese. What do we got going today?
So Reese is up in Atlanta. We're in Orlando. The family is growing, expanding, all that stuff. So Shay, our daughter, got married in January. Reese is engaged to get married next year. Shay and her husband are in Orlando also, in the tennis industry, which she did in college. And then Reese and his fiance are up in Atlanta. And then we're in Orlando. I try to golf 3 or 4 mornings a week. I usually tee off at 8 a.m. I usually am back at the house by 9:30 or 9:40, and that's how we do it.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. Before we get into kicking and everything else, how tough was the transition when your kids left the house?
Ugh.
I say it was very, very odd because we dropped Reese off at Georgia Tech, and this was pre-COVID. And then, we had kind of come to grips with it. And then next thing you know, COVID hits, Georgia Tech shuts down, and he's back home. So we kind of had to go through it twice with him because just when we got okay with him being gone across the country kind of thing, when we were living out west, then he comes back. And so I think it was more of a reality when Shay went to LSU that, it's Sarah and I, and part of it was you're kind of, you kind of rediscover each other really because you've been go for so many years, and then, part of it was all right, well let's have some fun, and so we've been able to travel a little more. We've been able to, I got into renovating homes and doing all that, so we've done that for 5 or 6 properties, which has been a blast, and then we finally kind of ended up back where it all kind of started for us in Orlando, and it's been fun to be back.
Is it all bathrooms? How are you making your money flipping? What's the key thing?
Well, the key is the entry price. Obviously, you got to get a deal.
Okay.
And then, I literally do everything. I do everything except plumbing and electrical because that has to be legit certified. But no, I do flooring, I do cabinets, I do ceilings, I do trim, I do doors, I've done bathroom, showers, waterproofing, everything.
Jeez.
And
you always that handy, or is this new?
Well, I'll tell you what. So back to kind of the origin story. See, we're going full circle here, fellas. We during COVID, so we had Reese was gone, and so we had moved into a place in San Diego where Shay was training with a tennis coach, and it was only a 2-bedroom place. So when Tech shut down and Reese came back home, we had a house in Oregon that we had bought that was kind of a fixer-upper, and we didn't have room for Reese in our like small condo. And so Reese and I spent COVID up in Oregon, and I'm like, well, I'm just going to watch YouTube and figure out how to do this. And so it literally started with tiling a laundry room floor, and then I'm like, well, let me try a bathroom. And so I did that, and then I learned how to waterproof showers and do all that, and then it turned into, well, I'm going to do the kitchen, and I ended up renovating the entire house. And you know, like, you don't know how you're going to do, but then it ended up, you know, we got a significant number out of it after what we bought it for. And I'm like, well, this is a blast. Like, let's do this, you know? And so Sarah's knack is like finding the properties and the design. So she'll pick out the colors, the tile, the trim, the doors and everything. And then I'm just the hack that throws it all together. And so we've done a few homes, full homes. We did a home in Atlanta. We just did a condo down in Sarasota on the beach, and just kind of been doing that. And then, you know, once you start down that road and you start getting the tools, then it's like you got them, so you might as well use them, right?
Dang.
So should we be preparing ourselves? Because, by the way, I was just going to say, you're 51 years old, and you're not that far away from being a grandma and grandpa. But instead, totally. I guess I would say, should we be watching HGTV?
Bob Vita over there.
For
Bob Vita.
Vila.
No, that's a Frankie Winters joke. That
is that right?
Yeah, Bob Vita.
Bobby Vita.
Yeah.
Are you gonna?
Like, I'm not vanilla. I'm not Vanilla Ice yet. You know, he's Mr. Renovation nowadays. but we're trending that direction. But yeah, so between that and then I've actually for the last like 7 or 8 years I've been consulting colleges on kicking game stuff and special teams and all that. So I've kind of been dabbling in you know, staying in the kicking thing, staying in the golf thing, but also doing the home renovation thing. And meanwhile, you know, we're probably a couple years away, from being a grandpa and grandma. So it's kind of been exciting and kind of watching the world go by, you know.
All right. Well, before you have your own show on HGTV, which I presume will be presented by Applebee's, I need. We need to talk about we need to have a conversation about the Packers kicking situation. Let's start here, because one of my favorite headlines I've ever written when we weren't covering the blessed event of Tausch going into the Packers Hall of Fame was when I wrote about your entry into the Packers Hall of Fame. And I talked to Ron Wolf, and I think I called it the best $100 the Packers ever spent, because that was the cost of a waiver claim to bring in their future all-time leading scorer after drafting a kicker in the 3rd round. So let's start with your origin story. As much as I enjoyed the YouTube lessons that you learned during COVID renovating your Oregon house, for those people that aren't as old as Tausch and me, what is the Ryan Longwell origin story with the Packers so we can get into where they're at today?
Yeah, so the Packers, I sat through the draft. I didn't get drafted. The Packers were the only team that had drafted a kicker, and it was in the 3rd round. So, you know, we talk about Trey Smack getting drafted in the 6th round. Well, Brett Conway was drafted in the 3rd round. So that's like almost a guarantee that's your guy. So, they picked me up. The Niners had cut me. 24 hours later, the Packers had picked me up, and it was a $100 waiver claim. And I remember 2 things. Like, I got to Green Bay, and I had known Brett at the NFL Combine. We'd gotten to know each other. And when I got to Green Bay, he had described his 3 different, like, kicking trajectories for different lengths. And I'm like, that's not going to work. Like, I know that's not going to work. And I thought I had a chance when I heard that. And then I watched him kick, and I just thought, like, I have a chance because, you know, like, I don't know mentally if he's the strong enough thing, you know, out there. But I think physically and ironically, as I've learned over the years, like, you just cannot hit a high ball in Lambeau Field, period. You just can't do it. And so, you know, I was coming from California, and I learned early on the windy practice fields, like, I have control over this ball up until its apex, but on the way down, it's up to the gods. And so the idea is, like, I want the apex to be lower. Like, I don't want to hit this high ball. And so I kind of taught myself pretty quick coming from the warm weather of California how to like drive the ball, hit a lower cut, and lo and behold, I won the job. And so Brett struggled. I got a chance. I made all my kicks in preseason, and the rest is kind of history. But it was really that transition from kind of what we call home run derby, like swinging as hard as I can, the ball climbing super high, the ball hooking, and wow, I didn't make it, but did you see how far it went? Like that was kind of the mentality of most of, and it still is, by the way, of these kicking camps is, wow, did you see how far it went? And well, the idea is get it between those yellow sticks at the end of the field.
So what was your mentality coming in? Because I spent some time with Lucas Havrisik earlier this week, and I just thought it kind of reminded me of your approach, like this, I'm going to focus on me, but I think there's a chance here, because that the Packers want Trey Smack to be their kicker. And I'm not in any way saying that he won't be, and we'll get into kind of his struggles during the practices we've seen so far. But, to be the other guy seriously, that's who you are. You're the other guy. It's Trey Smack and whoever the other guy is. It's Brett Conway, the guy they drafted in the 3rd round to replace Chris Jackie, and the other guy. Until the other guy turned out to be the guy. So what's the mentality got to be if Lucas Havrisik wants to give himself a chance to have a chance?
Well, you just got to be so ready when your opportunity comes. And, that can be in a practice. I didn't even kick the first 3 practices. Nolan Cromwell was a special teams coach back then. He's like, we got to get Brett ready to go, basically. And that was Conway, not Favre, but Conway. And so I didn't even kick a ball in the first 3 practices. And so when I got my chance, I had to be ready. And then obviously, he had struggled the first 2 preseason games. So we went out to Oakland, and, he kicked 1,000 balls that week. And then he pulls something, tweaks something in pregame, and Holmgren says, it's your game. And so that was my opportunity. If I go out and go 0 for 3, then, we're not talking right now. And we're probably not renovating homes. But we made them, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, I got back to Green Bay, and there's a kicking controversy, and so it's just being ready for your opportunity. But I think the thing that's lost on a lot of these guys is you don't need to hit the home run. You need to hit 100 singles, and that's what gets you the job in the NFL. And I always tell kids when I'm working with them, like, we're building a skill set. The goal is not to make it in the NFL. The goal is to last when you get there. And to last when you get there, it's 1,000 singles. It's not 5 home runs and 20 strikeouts. Like, that gets you out of a job, whereas the 1,000 singles, man, you just bore people to death that, he's going to make it, he's going to make it, he's going to make it. And before long, you look up and, you're 15, 16 years into the league.
So, Ryan, when that was going on and you had the big preseason game and you came back, how do you handle that in the room with someone that obviously is a 3rd-round pick that is more than likely thinking he's going to be the guy, and all of a sudden now there's doubt? You want that job. How do you handle that from your end, and how did Brett handle it from his end?
Yeah, it was, I mean, you guys know me, so, I've always been a pretty, easygoing, nice guy, and
on the surface, on the surface.
On the surface, yeah.
You a cold-blooded killer behind this, but yeah, I get you.
Yeah, totally. But like I was saying, Brett and I were okay, but then he would say, hey, do you want to go to lunch? And I've told this story before, but you want to go to lunch? And I get into his car, and his $290,000 signing bonus check was taped to the dash. So I'm like, I got $3,000 to sign, right, for San Francisco. And so when I'm seeing a check for $290,000 by the guy that, he was picked, but I think I'm better than, I have a chance to beat this guy out. It certainly motivates you to not just beat this guy, but to kind of put him away, And so that was kind of my mentality is now I got a foot in the door, let's not open it back up, And so, we went to Madison and played the Giants, and then I ended up having 3 more field goals, and 2 of them were long ones, and I'd gone 6 for 6 in the preseason, and I kind of gave myself a chance to have a chance. And that's the whole thing is, you kind of make the routine kicks routinely. And that's what I had done, whereas he hadn't. And so once you get the opportunity, you got to shut the door. And, thankfully, I had done that, and I had built up enough goodwill that once I did miss in Philly, like I had made 12 in a row before that. So it was kind of a track record, like, well, we think that's more of a rookie thing than a pattern, so we can stick with him a little bit. So yeah, I kind of had built in enough grace at that point to be able to withstand some of the challenges too.
Why did he have the check taped to his? Did he cash it?
Yeah, great question.
What was he trying to intimidate you? Like, what do you think his mindset was? I don't understand it. You want that money earning interest so you can buy tile and
put it in the bank,
floors, and all the other stuff.
Exactly. I have no idea. It was one of the oddest things, but for me, it was just like, all right, like his mind is not in the right spot. He's about the fluff and being a draft pick. I'm about getting in this job and keeping it, and so I thought it was just more indication that I did have a legit chance at this gig.
So Ryan, all people are different people, and I don't know Trey Smack well enough to make any sort of comp to Brett Conway, and I don't know what he did with his signing bonus check, but he has been inconsistent. All right. So now we have seen him kick 3 times since the offseason program began. We saw him in an OTA practice. He went 5 for 9. We saw him in a practice earlier this week. He went 7 for 8. And then we saw him yesterday miss a 35-yard field goal at the end of a 2-minute drill. We've only seen Lucas Havrisik kick once. It was inside the Hudson Center on Wednesday. He was 8 for 8. But I don't want to say this is apples to apples because Lucas Havrisik was the guy who was here filling in for an injured Brandon McManus last year, broke the franchise record for the longest field goal with a 61-yarder in Arizona. So if they called you, If Matt LaFleur says, you know who we need? We need that fixer-upper guy that I saw on HGTV to come in and fixer up our kicker. What would you tell Trey Smack? Because I will say one thing he said when they drafted him was that he said he got nervous before every kick. And he thinks that that's healthy. And I was like, I immediately thought of some of the things you had said about Brett Conway's mentality. And I was like, I don't know if I love hearing him say that. If I'm the Packers, what would be your advice, and what has been kind of your observation from afar?
Well, yeah, I think you got to kind of go globally on this answer, and the reason I say that is you have to look historically, which I've done. I've taken a deep dive. I do know Trey. I did talk to him, at length last weekend about the situation. You need to look at Chris Jackie, myself, and Mason Crosby, and what do we do or did we do versus Dave Rayner, Anders Carlson, and guys that have not made it in this place, including like Daniel Carlson when the Vikings drafted him and he missed those 3 kicks in Lambeau and ended up getting cut going to the Raiders. Now he's been great. Like, what's the difference? And the difference really is Jackie and myself and Mason all hit what you would call a lower cut, meaning the ball was not going left. The ball was going straight or it would fall right. It would never, ever turn left. And so that was Chris Jackie. That's how way I kicked, and that's the way Mason kicked. When you look at Dave Rayner, which forced them to draft Mason, when you look at Anders, and when you look at Trey's college film, they all hit a very high hook, like a high ball. And so what that does in Lambeau Field is you look at back to even Daniel Carlson, but you look at Anders, and what did he do? He hits the high ball, and it stays wide right because it doesn't at one end of the field, it hangs right on the high hook, and the other end of the field, it blows across the whole upright and goes left. And so the high hook in Lambeau has always been kryptonite. So what is that? I kind of hit a high hook in college, and so you have to be able to adjust and hit a lower cut to kick in that place, which ironically Brandon McManus did. Like, he was a lower cut. The ball would travel dead straight and what we would consider low, but obviously they're still not getting blocked. And so what I have told Trey and what needs to happen, and like I've worked with this with college kickers forever, and the few NFL guys I've helped, including like Mason early on, the ball needs to be leaned more forward and away. You need to like cover the ball more. It's like a golf shot. You need to cover it to get it so it doesn't move left. And you absolutely need to lower the trajectory. And one of my biggest pet peeves of like the training of college kickers now and these high school kickers is the worst thing that ever happened is TrackMan, which they use in golf, is now in kicking. And so they talk about line of scrimmage height. Well, it's the biggest misnomer because what a normal coach that doesn't know kicking is going to go look at is, oh, this guy's got great lift and he's kicking it so high. Well, remember what I said when we first started this conversation, like we have control over the ball up into the apex. The gods and the winds have control over it on the way down. So if the apex is higher, does that hurt you in the Hudson Center? No. Does it hurt you in Tampa? Not usually. Does it hurt you in Lambeau and Soldier Field? Heck yeah. So we want that ball lower and not moving right to left. And so that is like the TrackMan lies to these kids where if you watch Trey's college film, especially in Gainesville, like a lot of his longer makes are starting out way high right and hooking back into the goalpost. Now, is he physically gifted? Yes. Is his head position great? Are his basics great? Yes. He needs to transition into being like an NFL kicker, which is, I always use the example of like Gary Anderson. Like there was nothing impressive about Gary Anderson except the ball went dead straight and through the yellow sticks. Like that's being an NFL kicker. And so that's where I go back to, we need to hit singles. We don't need to hit the home run. And the home run mentality is the high hook. And so if Matt LaFleur was calling or if the Packers were calling and Vanilla Ice wasn't available to help them and it was me, the renovator, helping them, then I would say we need to like work on the hold and we need to work on him covering the ball. Is Trey capable of doing that? Absolutely. Absolutely he is. But this home run derby mentality and the TrackMan mentality and hitting the 60-yarder mentality, like you've got to get away from that mindset where we're swinging at 85% and we control the ball up into the apex. Like that's what we want.
So Ryan, how many college kickers do that? Because you mentioned Lambeau, you have to kick a certain way. Wouldn't you, as evaluating kickers, wouldn't you want guys that have kicked it that way?
Well, this is nothing against any of the NFL squads, but you got to know what to look for. Mm-hmm. Most GMs, kicking coaches, special teams coaches, like scouts don't. Like, once again, like if I'm going to a driving range and I see a guy hitting wedges inside, 3 feet to a pin, or I see a guy hitting a driver, 400 yards, who am I going to gravitate to? I'm going to gravitate towards the driver. It's just more impressive. And so if you don't know what you're looking for, the dude that's hitting wedges inside 3 feet is going to beat the long driver every single time, 100 times out of 100. And so that's why I say, like, you have to know what you're looking for. You have to know what works in your place, or you have to be able to teach it and, like, transition from that mentality to the correct mentality to your place. Now, is that out there? Honestly, no, not in most NFL teams. I mean, like Randy Brown in Baltimore, like he's very, very knowledgeable. But, most people don't know what to look for. I think in my opinion, there's one guy in college right now that is legit tailor-made for the NFL going into his senior year. I don't want to say his name because I don't want to put pressure on him, but he hits a dead straight ball. It's on balance. It's like effortless power versus powerless effort. So I don't think there's a lot of them, but I think we get so enamored with the home run that we forget that we've got to make every single 33-yard PAT, and we've got to make that 35-yarder. And the practice fields in Green Bay are howling wind. Like, how do we control the ball in that howling wind? So, you have to know what to look for, or you have to know how to teach it.
So how, and I'm not going to put words in your mouth, but so Trey Smack needs to change his approach both mentally and physically to be successful at Lambeau. Is that kind of what I'm hearing?
I don't think he needs to change his approach. I think he needs to tweak some controllables. His rhythm doesn't need to change. His process doesn't need to change. His head position is ideal. I do think Trey was the best guy coming out of college this year. There's no question about it. So he's got a skill set. He was taught by Matt Stover, who kicked in the league forever. He's got the basics down. What he needs to do is transition from driving range into, I got to get this around to these 18 holes. And so that is a different kind of approach. And that's where, it's not hard to switch how the ball is leaned with the hold. You just got to get used to it. And it's not hard to cover the ball and with a slightly deeper plant. You just got to get used to it. And so, there are ways to do it. I would challenge him like if I was there, like let's work on, middle to right half of the goalpost. Like we don't want anything going through the left half of the goalpost. Like let's like really work on that ball, like not going left, not turning left, not hooking. But we want to do that with it rotating 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock, because any wobble on the ball, any slant on the ball just magnifies the wind and the temperature. Whereas if we're rotating it properly, it cuts through the wind easier. So it requires less effort to get it going straighter. And so there's a couple of things that he does naturally that just need to like be tweaked a little bit. And, it, on top of being a draft pick where there's a spotlight on you and the nerves and everything, this is not, as we know, I mean, you guys are up there, like this Green Bay and Lambeau Field is not Gainesville, Florida. It's just not. And so the college season ends where we have 6 to 8 weeks more of playing, and you have to be as good in those 6 to 8 weeks, those last 2 months of the season, as you are in August. And so that's where, we're back to the goal is not to make it, the goal is to last. And to last is a different skill set than just showing off from 56 yards like we all did in college.
Talking with Ryan Longwell. Ryan, I know we need to let you go because you got to go pick up some spackle at the local home improvement store. But how did this conversation?
You'd be shocked at how many different spackles there are.
Some caulk. How did this conversation come about? Like, did you reach out, or did the Packers? Like, where did this come from?
Talking about with Trey?
Yeah.
Yeah. So. Ironically, so like I said, I've been consulting colleges, and there's a couple of colleges that will remain unnamed that kind of before you could do it, brought me in to try out kickers and who's the guy to go with. And so I actually worked out Trey back in the day when he was coming out of high school amongst other guys. And so I kind of got a feel for him back then. I followed his career because I thought he had a really good skill set. And then after he was drafted, by the Pack, obviously, like there's a common bond. So I texted him again and kind of reached out, reconnected, and then we were at a charity event this weekend, and I said, let's chat. And he was, to his credit, he was an open book. He's like, I'm going to need you. I'm going to want your help. And I said, I started off by saying, like, listen, this is your gig. Like, I don't want to be any part of this. Like, I don't want to be anybody that's overbearing, but I'm willing to help in each and every way I possibly can if you want it. But like, I'm not going to, like I said, burden you with what has been. But I will tell you that there's some common denominators on the guys that have been successful, not just in this league, but in this place. And, it's kind of what I described earlier to you guys. And so he asked about it, like he understood about it, but like, you kind of need eyes on you all the time while you're transitioning in this. And so that's the tough thing. I do know Cam, the new special teams coach. I have talked to him on the phone, right after the draft. So not since we've done the OTAs, but kind of gave him, some indications of what each end of Lambeau Field are like, kicking like with winds and patterns and stuff. But he just needs – there's this catch-22 in the NFL of, he's a pro, he can figure it out. But you would never do that to a quarterback. You would never do that to a receiver. Like, you want them to develop a specific skill set to be able, when they run the dig, like they know exactly what the timing is. And so, there's this island that the kickers are on that, we kind of need a guy like Trey who's going into, quite frankly, one of the tougher places to kick. Like, let's help him avoid the potholes that like I just discovered, that Conway went through, that Anders went through, that Daniel Carlson went through, that Dave Rayner went through. Like, these guys that come out, and there's, like I said, you can watch film of those guys versus, myself and Mason and Jackie. There's a distinct difference in ball flight. And to me, that's the golden ticket, but you have to be able to train it and teach it and have eyes on it to be like, nope, that's not the way. Let's do this, and that's the tough part.
Well, and Cam Achord did name check you and Mason, talking about, because the focus was, this guy kicked in Gainesville. How's he going to kick in the cold? And so I'm so glad we caught up with you, because it's more about the wind than about the cold. Cold is a factor. Yeah. I get it. But, he pointed out, here's a guy who grew up in Oregon, kicked at Cal, had success in Green Bay. Here's a guy who grew up in Texas, kicked at Colorado, had success in Green Bay. So it was interesting that he was well-versed in your career. All right, last thing so we can let you go. The one thing I don't want to be doing here is creating this panic, right? I understand that gets clicks and gets sound clipped on social media, but I'm not sitting here going, it's Brett Conway 2.0. Here we go. Lucas Haversick time. He's the new Ryan Longwell. So put in perspective, now that you've talked to Trey, now that you've seen firsthand what can happen if you're taping your bonus check to your dashboard, to help us through, like, what should our concern level be if you're a Packers fan, and what do you expect this to be in terms of how it plays out starting in training camp in July?
Well, so when you're evaluating kickers, when I'm evaluating kickers, like, I look at 3 reps, and that's all it takes. And the guys that have a chance to have a chance are the ones that are the smoothest, that hit it the furthest. The guys that are full max Q effort that hit it far, they're kind of capped out. Like, there's not a lot of like room to grow. The reason that you want the smoothest hitting the furthest is under pressure, that tends to be a little more bulletproof than the guys that are max Q. And so that's number one. And the second thing is head position. To kind of make it really sound simple, if your chin goes to the chest, that is really a red flag under pressure. If your chin goes to your right shoulder when you're kicking the ball, that tends to be a lot more bulletproof under pressure. And so the reason I say both of those is, like, he has both of them. So he has the rhythm and he has the head position. So Trey has, like, the bones of a great kicking style. And so what we need to do is just tweak that to be more accommodating for Lambeau, which is going to actually be more accommodating for a really long career. So we're not reinventing the wheel, because he's got really good skill set that he's just naturally gifted with. And so this is not like a guy that doesn't know what he's doing. This is a guy that's very, very gifted and has 2 of the most important things to be successful in that league. And so I think it's getting used to, like, the pressure of the NFL, where practice kicks are just as important as game kicks. I think it's getting used to, a new snap, a new hold, a new operation, and everything. And quite frankly, there's more wind in Green Bay than there is, in the SEC in Gainesville. And so, like, sometimes you have to touch the stove to get burnt. Some guys keep touching it, and some guys realize, no, I'm not doing that anymore. And so you hope that he's the guy that is like, okay, that obviously is not going to work. I'm going to fix it. And so, you have to build the skill set, but he's got the bones to be able to do it.
I didn't think we'd get as many Brad Childress chance to have
Chili
a chance
had a big
references.
impact on Ryan Longwell. I could tell just by the quotes that he's
Didn't pick
out.
him up at the airport, though.
Yeah, exactly. No. Chili was a quote machine.
He was. Clowns are funny now.
The best Chili quote machine was he would show up at 9:04 every morning to the 9 o'clock team meeting, and our best buddy Favre would be like, "Hey, Coach, what time does that 9 o'clock meeting start?" It was like, it would start off the day really, really good.
Opposite of Lombardi time. Yeah.
Chili time.
Yep, totally.
Ryan, you're the best, man. This was so helpful and so insightful.
Ryan, do you want to? I mean, listen. You're a golfer. You're a golfing pro. You're a fixer-upper dude. Do you want to coach? Because, man, did you get into great detail.
Yeah. So it's a passion of mine to give back to what I was gifted to do, and I've like I said, the consulting thing has scratched that itch, if you will. I coached at Cal for a couple years full time a few years ago, and I love it. I just like to see the guys succeed, and so the consulting thing has allowed me to help more people than just a room of people. But like to me, watching film over the years and just knowing what works and what doesn't, I've really taken an interest in just how dangerous the kicking camp thing has become to long-term development. And so what you've seen, not to get on a tangent, but what you've seen is, in my era, it was Jason Hansen, David Akers, Robbie Gold, myself, Vinatieri, like John Carney, like all these guys that lasted 15, 17, 18. I mean, Vinatieri and Carney were 20-plus years, right? Mm-hmm. What you have seen lately with this home run derby mentality is there aren't a lot of guys that are lasting past their third year. And so why is that? Well, why is because they're swinging so hard they either get hurt or they run out of energy because it's max Q and you can't do that for 6 straight months. Or because they're swinging so hard, when they get off, it is impossible to fix. And so they're out of a career. And so, like, you just need to look at it like the goal is, once again, the goal is not to make it. The goal is to last when you get there. And there are, in my opinion, there are concrete things between the guys that last and the guys that don't. And there are concrete things between the guys that make it and the guys that never get out of college. And I just don't think there's enough people that know that. And that's my biggest issue, and that's why I got involved. And that's why there's a part of me that would love to coach because, like, I think it would be very fun to develop these superstars. And, like, quite frankly, I've done it in the college level where these guys are, like, separating themselves pretty obviously. And it's these few things that to me stick out like a sore thumb. And, most of them, it's not the sexy thing to say. Like, we don't want to hit the 65-yarder. We want to hit the 38-yarder perfect every time. But, that's how you get a job, and that's how you keep a job forever.
On behalf of Packers fans everywhere, thank you for your input to Trey Smack directly. I'm sure that fans heard that and thought, wow, I think we got a pretty good guy helping him out. But more importantly, thanks to you from us for making us smarter. And it's always great to have an excuse to reach out to you. I'm sorry that Trey struggled a little bit that prompted this call, but man, you are welcome here anytime if you can fit us in between all the other great things you've got going on, Ryan.
Well, as long as there's no tile saw in the background, I'm more than willing to chat with you.
No, we'll take tile saws. We'll take a tile saw. It's no big deal.
Yep.
Ryan, thanks, buddy. We'll catch up with you again down the road.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
That is Ryan Longwell, longtime Packers kicker.
I'll tell you what, man. I'm worried about Jesse. He's spiraling. Or as the kids say, crashing out. He's crashing. I don't know if our fans feel the same way, but he is. He's glazy-eyed and crashing after listening to Ryan Longwell.
We will unpack what Ryan Longwell had to say and check in on Jesse's well-being next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance. All the biggest voices, all in one place. The Yuengling Legends Line. Exclusive insight from Hall of Famers, All-Stars, and Game Changers, all on the Yuengling Legends Line.
Brian Braun, I appreciate you joining us here on Kyle and Bruss.
But we just wanted to have fun. Baseball's a game of failure and adversity. It's such a long season. You want to find ways to enjoy the success when you have good moments.
The Yuengling Legends Line. Crack open a Yuengling lager and raise a toast to an American tradition. D.G. Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
Father's Day is coming up, and let's be honest, Dad doesn't need another tie. Give him something he actually wants. New windows that lower energy bills, a durable new roof, beautiful siding, or a bath remodel he can brag about to every guest who visits. And during the Exterior Pros and Baths June savings event, you'll get $3,000 off your project. That's $3,000 in instant savings, but only for a limited time. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
Hey, it's Jason Wilde. Father's Day is coming up on Sunday, June 21st, and let's be honest, Dad does not need another tie, another coffee mug, another World's Greatest Dad t-shirt. Get him something he can really enjoy. Kringle from Racine Danish Kringles. Order at Kringle.com and send your dad his favorite flavor, like my favorite, bourbon pecan. You can even add a bag of gourmet coffee to your order. So go to Kringle.com or make the call, 800-4DANISH, and have it shipped just in time for Father's Day. Kringle.com. Racine Danish Kringles, not just a treat, it's It's a tradition.
The last weekend in June, experience the excitement as the Epson Tour's rising stars compete in the Island Resort Championship at Sweetgrass, the ultimate fan-friendly golf event with great views and chances to meet the next generation of LPGA players. Tickets are $10 and kids get in free. June 26th through the 28th, the Island Resort Championship at Sweetgrass. For tournament details and to explore our premier golf destination, visit islandresortgolf.com today.
Bikers need protection, not just from other drivers, but unfortunately from insurance companies too. If you've been injured in a motorcycle crash, call Gruber Law Offices today. Bikers are often blamed for causing the accident because the insurance companies simply don't want to pay. At Gruber Law Offices, we've been fighting for injured bikers and their families for more than 30 years. Trust us to fight for what you deserve. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Looking for a better spot for your next team outing or client meeting? Welcome to Veer North, Milwaukee's upscale sports bar, designed for more than just game day. It's ESPN Milwaukee's Alex Stroh. Veer North, located on Milwaukee's east side, your go-to for catching the big game, happy hour, or your next group outing. This is more than your average sports bar. Elevated food, craft cocktails, and a modern atmosphere. Perfect for off-site meetings and entertaining clients. And when the game's on, you've got the best seat in the house. Veer North, Milwaukee's east side destination for business and game day alike.
$998 buys you a magnificent diamond solitaire engagement ring at Kessler's.
A solid gold mounting shows off a big, beautiful diamond, 3/4 of a carat.
Glitter, twinkle, sparkle.
This is the definitive diamond solitaire engagement ring.
You can choose a round diamond, radiant, marquise, or oval.
3/4 of a carat. Any shape you want.
Any color of gold you want.
A 1-carat solitaire is just $1,498.
Ask to see the Evermore engagement rings at Kessler's.
You're going to be ecstatic about the color, clarity, and cut of your diamond.
Evermore.
Each of these diamonds was lovingly created in the heart of a miniature star.
Your diamond will remain.
Evermore.
Your diamond was born about the time you fell in love.
You will be in love.
Evermore.
Your diamond has been waiting patiently for you to see it, love it, and choose it.
Don't keep it waiting. Come to Kessler's.
To find the Kessler's nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, 855 Pella WI, or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Jesse?
Man,
I don't know.
He's texting mid-interview. I can see he's freaking out back there.
Freaking out, man!
You guys, when all this stuff was coming up all week about Trey Smack struggling at OTAs and minicamp, I'm like, whatever. He's a rookie kicker. It's not a big deal. It's the middle of June. Everybody calm down. I was a 1 on the 1 to 10 panic scale.
Heat wave in the middle of June, am I right?
Yeah. Did you hear what he just said?
Why don't you give us a quick what you heard?
Yeah, I heard him say that he's got what it takes and that we can rebuild him like the $6 million man.
Why are we rebuilding a kicker we just selected in the 6th
and
round
gave
of the
up
draft?
Picks, and gave up a draft pick to get him.
That's not a rebuild. You do that if he struggled already. Then you got to rebuild. 50 seconds I got. 50 seconds. I know we're already super late and everything. I got 50 seconds from what Ryan Longwell said with us over 30-plus minutes. Tell me why we're supposed to be calm about this.
Jackie and myself and Mason all hit what you would call a lower cut, meaning the ball was not going left. The ball was going straight or it would fall right. It would never, ever turn left. And so that was Chris Jackie. That's the way I kicked, and that's the way Mason kicked. When you look at Dave Rayner, which forced them to draft Mason, when you look at Anders, and when you look at Trey's college film, they all hit a very high hook, like a high ball. And so what that does in Lambeau Field is you look at, back to even Daniel Carlson, but you look at Anders, and what did he do? He hits the high ball, and it stays wide right because it doesn't, at one end of the field, it hangs right on the high hook, and the other end of the field, it blows across the whole upright and goes left. And so the high hook in Lambeau has always been kryptonite.
He also said that he hit a high ball and a hook coming out of Cal,
He did.
and he learned how to kick in Lambeau. Trey Smack has been here for like 2.5 months.
Jason, let me just ask you this, though, because I think a lot of our fans are probably feeling the way Jesse is. Did you feel,
I think they are, too.
Did
Yeah.
you feel better about Trey Smack? Because we both came into
I
this.
actually did.
You feel better after listening to Ryan?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where are you getting that from?
Feel better about him
I
after
will
that?
explain why I feel better when we kick off the 11. It feels like it should be the 11.
We're getting close to 11 o'clock hour.
He said kryptonite. It's
He did say
kryptonite for
kryptonite,
kickers.
yeah.
I compared him to Anders Carlson
And he said
Dave Rayner.
he said that he's going to need him. He's reaching out after 1 mini and like 1 OTA. That was not.
Oh yeah, Trey
positive.
said I'm going to need you
I'm
after
gonna need
OTAs.
you. Well, those aren't great. That's
I'm
not
going to
great.
need you.
Yeah, at least let's get to training camp and miss a couple. And
I
then you
will
need him.
explain why I actually felt better and not worse about Trey Smack.
You know who's feeling better is Haversick. This is Haverick's check on the bill on the little deal.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be rude to Ryan because he's got a relationship with Trey, but I was asking, man, if you're Haversick, you're pretty happy right now,
Holy
right?
smokes.
But I didn't.
Yeah. No.
Because I'm guessing he'd say yeah.
Yeah. Just like you will be happy if we go down after the NFL season is over to Hard Rock Casino Rockford and all your tickets.
I got some ideas what to go do down there right now.
If you'd let me get to my read, it's a premier entertainment destination just off of I-90 in Rockford, Illinois, about a little less than 60 minutes from the greater Madison area, and you can go to their sports book, which I don't know if you could get into made kicks, missed kicks. Like there's a lot of stuff you could get into at the sportsbook, Brewers related, et cetera, et cetera. They have great food. They have great entertainment, great slots. Of course, Wednesdays you can get, if you're 55 and older, you get the 50% off. All the great things down at Hard Rock Casino, Rockford. Head on down. Again, 60 minutes, a little bit less from the greater Madison area. Premier entertainment destination in Rockford, Illinois.
I will explain myself to kick off the 10 o'clock hour, and I will do so in 2 minutes, so stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
The heart of this country is local. It's neighbors looking out for neighbors. It's small businesses that know your name. At Piggly Wiggly, the people who run your store live right here, right alongside you. And when you shop with us, every dollar stays in the community we all call home. Stop in today and see the difference shopping local really makes. Piggly Wiggly, local since forever.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
The biggest sporting event in the world, and a superior light beer to match it. From the pitch to the pour, Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 26. Enjoy Michelob Ultra while watching FIFA World Cup 26 at Zocalo Milwaukee, Social House Menominee Falls, Nomad World Pub Milwaukee, and Three Lions Shorewood. Michelob Ultra, enjoy responsibly. 2026 Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
This is Brian Balaga. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN.
94.5 ESPN is WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee. now locally owned Good Karma brand station.
3-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Time now for headlines as we predict what will happen on Sunday as the Packers take on the Vikings at Lambeau Field.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
I'm going to do something crazy.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at ESPN Milwaukee.
I'm going to say kissing cousins, pack bikes tie.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
He missed it again! And we'll end this crazy game in a tie. Oh, my goodness.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
The 10 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now. Thank you again to Ryan Longwell, who was blanking phenomenal. And here's why I feel better, not worse. For one, they've got Ryan Longwell on the kick. Like, again, I don't pretend to know, well, frankly, I don't know Trey Smack very well yet either. But I didn't get to know Brett Conway, but I can tell you this. Brett Conway wasn't going to have the humility with his signing bonus check taped to his dashboard to talk to Ryan Longwell and say, hey, how do I get whatever the equivalent of Ryan Longwell would have been back then, how do I get this fixed? Secondly, Tausch, you are the golfer. I mean, I know Jesse golfs too, and I certainly don't. But what they always say about golfers is if you're missing the same direction all the time, that's easier to fix than if you are spraying the ball all over the course.
Unless you double cross, which happens a lot too.
I just think that the fact that he has had contact with Ryan Longwell clearly knows what he's talking about. He's not just pontificating or watching YouTube videos on how to put bathroom tile up now. He did it for nearly 20 years in the NFL. And he did it in Lambeau Field, which he didn't make every kick in Lambeau Field, but I thought his explanation was significant. And on top of that, Jesse, and this, I think you may have missed this while you were panicking, but he said very clearly...
Dogs don't seem to be very comfortable back there.
Must be getting a delivery. That he kicked the same kind of a ball at Cal, and that he adjusted it when he got here so he could be successful. And now Trey Smack has someone telling him who has pre-existing knowledge of him and connection to him, helping him learn that this early in the process,
Jason,
as opposed to doing it after missing a bunch of kicks in Lambeau at the start of the season.
Yeah, that's all great. I think the humility part of that's great, but I've said this, and you have said this. Don't draft a kicker. They're going to be better at their second spot.
But it's too late for that. They did.
Yeah, but you don't have time to go through working through those mechanics. Like, he's going to have to get this, again, according to Ryan. Ryan knows a heck of a lot more about golf and kicking than I do. But you don't, this isn't Jordan Morgan's going to get stronger. He's going to get better with this. He can work through some stuff. You don't have that luxury as a kicker. You have to have it now. And with a team that is a championship, what were you? I missed something? The championship.
I was getting information on what the commotion was upstairs.
It looked like it was. What did you get? What kind of package you get? What'd you get?
I don't think that's what it was. I didn't mean to distract you. Just continue with your thoughts.
Distract. Now I don't even know where I was going. But you don't kicking. You don't have that option. It's the ultimate zero sum. You make or miss. And if you miss too many, you don't get the chance to grow. Anders got more of a chance to grow because they thought,
they didn't know they were going to be good.
This young man stepping into this is a championship or bust squad.
Yeah, I know.
You ain't gonna have. Let me tell you something. You might get a week. Longwell said he had the one kick. If he hadn't made 12 in a row, if that was the opening game, or if that was, I don't know how long he gets.
Because they're the defending Super Bowl champs.
That certainly was a championship team.
Sure. So, look, I don't have Doc Brown's time machine. I can't go back and have them use their 2 7th-round picks on a potential Mark Tauscher or Donald Driver or Adam Timmerman. So instead they trade them and they take Trey Smack. Again, as I have been on record saying multiple times, I feel like Goody has overreacted, and this is probably why he doesn't come on our show. I feel like he overreacted to the outcomes of playoff games each of the last 2 years. Well, we got to get bigger on the offensive line. We got to do things differently there because we got pushed around by Philly. Now, our kicker missed 3 kicks. And by the way, I am not absolving Brandon McManus of missing 3 kicks.
He hits a low cut, though. He hits a lower cut, is what I heard.
He does. You heard him say. You heard Ryan say that. He's got experience. He's done it in the league for over a decade. My point is, when I asked Goody after he drafted Trey Smack, why do you want to get back on the rookie kickers, even the good ones, go through more peaks and valleys and ups and downs than proven kickers? And you're right. It's my bias. I don't think you should ever draft a specialist. I think you should find specialists that have gone through the growing pains and the process of learning how to kick in this league or punt in this league with some other team and let them stink there. And then once they've figured it out, then you grab them. Now, that's not true of every rookie kicker. There have been rookie kickers, including Ryan Longwell, by the way, who have succeeded. So that doesn't mean we're not writing. I surely am not. Maybe Jesse is. But I am not writing off Trey Smack. But once the pick is made, which is what has happened, which I didn't agree with, now it's how do we make sure that this guy succeeds? And it would seem to me that, by the way, I would actually rather have him miss a 35-yarder yesterday and go 5 for 9 in that practice last week, because then it forces him to take a hard look in the mirror and say, okay, what do I need to do better? What do I need to do differently? Do I need to talk to Ryan Longwell? As opposed to if he's just going along, making all of his kicks, and then it starts to be an issue, at least now you have time to fix it.
That sounds a little copey, if I'm being honest. I want my kicker
I'm
making
not
all
coping.
their...
No, but remember, I'm not a fan. I don't need
we
to
know.
cope. So if he sucks, that's a story. If he's great, that's a story. It doesn't bother.
What's the better story if he sucks? Probably for you, it would.
I am not here to cheer against anyone's success or failure. What I will say is Ryan Longwell turned out to be,
great story,
with the possible exception of Mark Tauscher, one of the greatest stories I've covered during my career.
So the story's better if he's not good.
The story's better if Lucas Havrasik kicks like 3 game winners in the first 3 weeks, and he's the kicker instead.
So
yes.
I get what you're saying about having humility and working on things and not, having success. He has success, and then all's going to be, and then when the pressure moments come. But I think, Jesse panicking back there as I'm listening to Ryan go through it, I'm thinking to myself, there's a lot of Jessies.
Not alone.
There's a lot of Jessies out in the Packer fan base.
I think
I'm not going to panic yet. I'll say this. I'm more concerned after listening to Ryan than I was when I walked in this studio this morning. That I know.
Sure you are.
I was a 1 out of 10 going into that conversation with Ryan Longwell, saying this is a non-story. It's just because it's the only question mark with a team pretty much returning everybody about what they're going to be this year, that it's been overinflated from OTAs and minicamp. Now I'm like full on panic and like hope we play in domes in the playoffs this year, because apparently this dude sucks at figuring out how to figure out the win.
We won't be able to play at home. That's just kind of been the standard.
Like, hope the Lions win the division, so we go play there.
Jesse, was that a tacit acknowledgement yet again that my booking of guests turns out to be, well, inconsistent and infrequent? I probably have a pretty good idea of when to have certain people on the show. Is that what that was there?
Ryan Longwell.
Just wait, is somebody complaining about you booking a guest? I don't think I've ever complained to you about
I
you.
didn't complain about Ryan Longwell being on there.
Oh, Jesse did.
I did not. I was looking forward to
You just made it sound like you didn't even understand why we're having him on.
Ryan Longwell and Jordy Nelson are my mom's 2 favorite Packers of all time.
And you talked
Where
to
does
one of them
LT
this
rank
week.
in that? Am I too mean to you? Is that why she's...
I think so. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I can't change that,
I'll see her
Mrs.
next
Nelson.
week. I'll ask her about you next week.
I feel like I should at least be top 2.
I can tell you, Ryan Longwell and Jordy Nelson are for sure in the top 2.
That is very disappointing. I am going to need to plead my case to your mom on air.
Okay.
That sounds like something to look forward to next week.
I should definitely be a little bit higher up on that list.
When I was a kid in the backyard and I had one of those little like plastic goalposts you put up, we play football, and she said, you should be a kicker like Ryan Longwell.
There you go.
I did not.
Instead,
but you hit too high of a ball.
Instead, you're a second baseman for the Mallards.
All right, I want to get to some reaction. The Carbless Talking text line, 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. Carbless, less is more. Do you feel better, worse, or the same about the Packers kicking situation based on what you heard from Ryan Longwell? For all the attention.
Who's feeling better?
Jason, apparently.
No, he does.
I do. I feel better. Ryan Longwell is on the case.
I feel so
it's
great.
Like having Columbo
you feel better
or
about
Lenny
Ryan
Briscoe
Longwell.
on
You don't
the
feel
case.
You feel better about Trey Smack that he has to change his whole ball flight.
Feels so great that they traded up to draft this kicker whose skill set doesn't match at all what the great kickers in Green Bay have ever done. And he's got to change everything in 3 months before we go on a Super Bowl crusade in 2026. Yep, feels great.
Yeah, not a fan. Not my problem. What I may not be a fan, but I am a UW Credit Union member, just like old T.
I am a proud member of UW Credit Union. Here for every U. Mo, we got some fun stuff cooking, too. Keep your eyes out. We got some fun stuff cooking with some NIL athletes. They're out in the community everywhere. UW Credit Union is everywhere, all throughout the state of Wisconsin. They have great rates. And, of course, I tell you all about the time about that great app that they have. Go ahead, join UW Credit Union today, uwcu.org to get started. Terms and conditions do apply.
We'll get to your responses about Trey Smack. Jesse seems to be smacked down by Ryan Longwell's call. We'll get to your thoughts next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance. On this show, it's always football season.
I'm not overly concerned because it seems as if Green Bay's not overly concerned.
Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Everybody over there feels like this team was there. We got short-circuited with injuries. We have the right staff, we have the right people, and we have the right players. We just need to stay healthy, and we'll be champions.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Catch a Brewers showdown with the Phillies Friday, June 12th through Sunday the 14th. Come see the crew and leave with a giveaway as the first 25,000 fans on Saturday the 13th will get a William Contreras bobblehead, courtesy of Nicolay Water. Then, kids own.
Local families have trusted Sendix to provide the freshest food, the warmest smiles, and a place where community comes first. From generation to generation, we have grown together. Because Sendix is more than just a grocery store. It's home. Thank you for allowing us to serve you for the past 100 years. Here's to the next 100 years. Sendix, your trusted local grocer.
1896, Horicon Bank first opened its doors. Wisconsin wasn't even 50 years old.
We've maintained our roots over the years and yet expanded.
We empower our people to invest in the community. We give them 40 hours of volunteer time.
We're doing it with a personal touch, with a desire to say yes to our customers.
You shouldn't have to work with a bank that sends their profits to New York City or Toronto. You can keep your money here and it benefits Wisconsin.
Horicon Bank, together doing good for 130 years. Member FDIC.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
At Big Fish Contracting, we want every home project to be a good story worth sharing. That's why we as a team aim to exceed your expectations. We can improve any aspect of your home. Everything from a complex remodel to the essential roof, gutters, siding, and windows. Integrity, humility, and kindness are why we've grown in southeastern Wisconsin for the last 2 decades. Visit bigfishcontracting.com to learn how Big Fish is renovating homes and redeeming an industry.
When you work smart, incredible things can happen. By joining Smart 18, the union for Wisconsin sheet metal workers, you'll open the door to a brighter future. You'll learn and earn more. Enjoy awesome benefits across the board. Build a great career and feel empowered and supported every step of the way. The smartest career decision you'll ever make starts with Smart 18. Find out more today at smart18info.com.
Selling your home is more than putting a sign in the yard. It's about having the right team beside you. I'm Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf & Associates, powered by Keller Williams. We help relieve unnecessary stress with our team's expert listing process, strong negotiation skills, and fast, clear communication. Our white glove service experience is provided at every price point at every step of the way. Start your home journey today by searching online, Tony Wendorf. Tony Wendorf & Associates, a real estate team driven by faith, gratitude, and results.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
So, Jesse, you feel worse, correct?
Yeah. I went from a 1 to a 9 on the panic meter.
A 9's a high panic.
Honest to God.
Tausch, you feel the same as Jesse?
I'm not to a 9, but do I feel better? I wasn't really feeling anything. I was like, it's not a big deal. He missed the 35-yarder. Longwell missed one in Philly. Like, that stuff happens. But all of the concerns that Ryan brought up about a guy that he's had a relationship with and all of the things that he needs to do in order to be successful. Here I thought this kid was, kryptonite was strong. Like that stuck out to me.
It's a strong word, yeah. Lois.
Changing ball flight, changing the way you kick, changing your mentality.
For a rookie that they traded up to
three
get.
Things that are kind of important.
It's one thing if it's like a free agent you're bringing in mid-season because your guy got hurt and they got to figure it out.
I am on the team. I'm on Team Wilde. I don't ever. And I said when they draft, I wasn't even around when they drafted him, but then that show on Monday, I'm like, nah, I don't like it because it adds another layer of pressure to a spot that's already filled with pressure on a team that you think is championship caliber. I didn't like it then, and I hope this kid figures it out. But it sounds like he's got a lot of things he's got to figure out.
Yeah. I'm sorry to. I think having Ryan Longwell on the case is a good thing.
Who said he's on? You don't even know if he's on the case, though.
He already talked to Trey
to him. The Packers need to hire him as a consultant. Ryan's not going to just keep giving free advice out. He's a paid consultant.
He came on our show for free.
He's not going to come in. He's not going to come in and do your walls and your floors for nothing. He's going to come remodel.
It's a different thing. He's flipping
it's not
those
a different
houses.
thing. It's the same business.
Trey Smack says after 1 week of OTAs, oh boy, I'm going to need you.
What?
You understand,
how he
Jason?
said
You
it.
understand how consultants work, right?
I do.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. Like, you understand, it's not like every time something happens, I'm just going to call them. That's friends. There's a fee that comes with consulting.
All right. Well, the Packers have plenty of money.
Well, you love spending people's money, don't you?
I love spending the Packers' money. Sure. Yeah. I'm fine with that. But if you draft it again. you've drafted the kicker. It is too late to say you shouldn't draft specialists, which I believe and you believe.
But it's not too late.
But it's too late now. You
late.
did it already. Now you got to fix him.
Is that royalty free? That part I'm not going to disagree with, but I'm going to tell you something, man. This is not – you ain't got 6 months. This isn't – if Longwell's buying this house and Trey Smack's the house, he ain't got 6 months to get it renovated. That thing needs to be renovated on the market by middle of August, early September.
You could have just kept Brandon McManus.
And you know supply chain issues with everything going on in the world. It's tough. No.
You just can't get a kicker through the Strait of Hormuz. It's frustrating.
Especially with a high hook.
The fact that Ryan Longwell said that he kicked a similar ball coming out of Cal and he figured it out at Lambeau Field tells me that with the proper guidance, and yes, do I think that they should help augment the Ryan Longwell fixer-upper fund by paying him to give more advice to their kicker? I do. He said he knows Cam Acord. So there is a connection there. I don't want to make too big of a mountain out of the molehill of the 35-yarder he missed yesterday. I am going to write about this. That's why I called Ryan. But I don't think, just because Jesse's freaking out, man, like if this was going on and we hadn't talked to Ryan Longwell and we didn't understand a guy with some very insightful...
I love Ryan Longwell, but I felt a heck of a lot better about this before we talked.
I would rather not talk to Ryan Longwell and felt better about it.
No, you want to be an ostrich and put your head in the sand, go ahead.
For a couple of months, yeah.
And then you lose 3 of your first 4 because your kicker stinks. Now he's working on it. He can fix it. Let's take a quick call, and then we'll take a break and get to some of your texts. Let's go to Don in Sun Prairie. Don, are you freaking out, man, like these two are?
No, I'm not freaking out. Thanks for taking my call, guys. A great call with Ryan Longwell. I want to know what we need to do to get him as a special teams coach on the Packers.
Money. Pay him.
GoFundMe.
Well, Tausch, you got money. Let's go for it.
You think I'm paying Ryan Longwell to be a consultant for the Packers? I have no. I want you drafting a kicker that's ready to go and is going to make kicks right away. I'm not interested
drafting one at all.
Yeah.
I feel a lot better though. Listening to Ryan Longwell. Yeah, I know the kid's got some problems, but I'm sure that they can work it out. Especially the insight that Ryan gave them.
Sure, I definitely hope that's the case. But Don, let me ask you this: since you're being all Wilde-esque today, which is great. Did you feel,
like an insult.
When you listened to Ryan talk, you feel better about the kicking situation than you did before he joined the show at 9:30?
Better is not the correct word, no.
Okay, what is the correct word?
I'm optimistic that things are going to work itself out.
Okay, I'll join that club. I think it's going to work itself out one way or the other. Doesn't mean it's going to be with Trey Smack. Doesn't mean it won't be with
out
Trey.
that Haversick's going to kick, yeah.
Yeah, no, I was a little concerned. I didn't know that about the kicking variances, the difference of the ball.
No.
That was very insightful. Very insightful.
Yeah, absolutely.
And very disturbing, I guess, or disconcerting.
There you go.
The fact that he's got a lot to work on.
He does.
But still, I still have faith that he's going to be able to work it out. And if not, we always got Haversick.
There you go.
Don, would you have drafted a kicker? Yes or no?
No.
No. Right. Thank you.
Never.
Yeah.
We all agree. Thanks, Don. We appreciate the call. We'll get to your text coming up. If your home is ready for an update, you got 2 choices.
Call Longwell.
Either call Ryan Longwell, or you can swing into Steinhafels for their buy more, save more sale. That's the right time to do it. You can save $100 when you spend $999. You save $200 when you spend $1,999. You save $300 when you spend $2,900, so on and so forth. And again, maybe Ryan Longwell can give you some insight like he's giving insight to Trey Smack as well. From sectionals and dining sets to bedroom furniture and more, you'll find everything you need to upgrade your space for less. Plus, now through Monday, you can take a extra 20% off all clearance. I'm going to have to get over there. I love the clearance section. Steinhafels is Wisconsin's furniture and mattress leader, so shop them in-store or online at steinhafels.com. Relax! It's Steinhafels. Get your texts on the Carbless Talk and text line next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Turn those hoop dreams into reality with Precision Sports, your one-stop shop in southeastern Wisconsin for Mega Slam, Ironclad, and Dominator basketball hoop systems, installation of new or old hoops, and completely customizable painted court lines. PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
Progressive's Home Quote Explorer helps you easily find and buy the right coverage for you. It's everything you've always wanted. Well, I mean, as far as a website that lets you shop, quote, and buy insurance in one place. But hey, maybe that is everything you've always wanted. Yeah, people have different types of dreams. And if all you've ever been searching for is a website that helps you choose home insurance rates and coverage, boy, do we have great news about Progressive's Home Quote Explorer. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers. Comparison rates not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
Pump up the volume.
Business moves fast. Orders roll in, deadlines close in. When you ship with USPS Ground Advantage, you can keep up with confidence. Every package stays in our secure network from dock to door. And with nationwide reach, dependable tracking, and upfront affordable pricing, you get built-in peace of mind. You run the business. We run the routes. Visit USPS.com/Ground Advantage to learn more.
$2.3 million. A recent Schwab survey of Americans says that it takes $2.3 million to be wealthy. Well, you may have had your financial plan set on a bigger or a more humble number. But if you're looking for added insights on how to get there or how to avoid some tax pitfalls on the way, Annex Wealth Management is ready to listen. Mark Tauscher here, and whether your situation is complex or simple, the Annex Wealth Management team can give you wealth expertise and guidance on reaching your goals. Annex Wealth Management. Know the difference.
Mark Tauscher here, and if you know me, you know I love Wisconsin. That's why I'm a UW Credit Union member. Their team's been all about Wisconsin since 1931, and they love making banking easy for members. Whether it's with their convenient mobile app or with the great perks like early payday to get you paid sooner. Stop by any of their local branches or visit uwcu.org to join and become a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
When you're getting married, the rings matter. There's something you wear for a lifetime. That's why my fiance and I went to Paul's Jewelers. Paul's Jewelers specializes in custom jewelry for life's biggest moments. Lab-grown or natural diamonds, great pricing, and a lifetime warranty, so your jewelry can be refurbished, repaired, or refitted anytime down the road. Their team made the entire process easy and stress-free. I can't wait to show off my wedding band after our big day. Create your masterpiece today by visiting Paul's Jewelers in West Allis.
Your grill just got an upgrade, and it's right down the road.
Burn Pit BBQ is now available at Walmart.
That means no waiting, no guessing. Just grab it, fire up the grill, and get to work.
We're talking premium rubs, sauces, and seasonings made for real flavor and real results.
Every single time you cook.
Whether it's a quick weeknight dinner or a full weekend cookout with friends and family, Burn Pit BBQ helps you bring bold, consistent flavor to every bite.
Head to your local Walmart and find Burn Pit BBQ today, right in your neighborhood.
Because better BBQ should be easy to get and even easier to enjoy.
Father's Day is coming up, and let's be honest, Dad doesn't need another tie. Give him something he actually wants. New windows that lower energy bills, a durable new roof, beautiful siding, or a bath remodel he can brag about to every guest who visits. And during the Exterior Pros and Baths June savings event, you'll get $3,000 off your project. That's $3,000 in instant savings, but only for a limited time. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, 855 Pella WI, or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Once again, go to the text portion of the Carbless Talk and text line. Jesse, is there anyone in my camp?
First, there are a lot who are saying great interview. They really appreciated Ryan Longwell's
Yeah, he was
appearance.
awesome.
So I won't put any of those up, but a lot of text saying.
Well, why?
Really,
You don't want to build Jason and I up?
It's redundant for 10 texts to say, wow, that was a great interview. That was super insightful. I learned a lot. But I just want to know that a lot of our fans really appreciated the insight from Ryan Longwell. So I just wanted to share that with everybody here. Now, that being said, Rob in Michigan, maybe Trey Smack, is already making adjustments, and that's why he's missing and finding his groove. That's not the vibe that I got from Ryan Longwell's insights on it. Jason, do you feel differently?
Yeah, I didn't talk to Trey yesterday after practice. I don't know what went wrong on the 35-yarder. I would like to – I do not want to contribute significantly.
Too much apex, I think. Ball was too much of an apex.
To the pressure that's already on him. I was the one who talked to him after the 5 for 9 day, and then I came up to him after he went 7 for 8 and said, hey, I'm not going to only talk to you when you have a bad day, but isn't this kind of the reality of being a kicker, that there's going to be good days and bad days? How are you handling it? And look, he seems very earnest, and he seems very dedicated to doing a good job. So he didn't come off as cocky, like he had all the answers. Again, I have heard Ryan Longwell tell that check story previously. He's also told a story about calling his dad and saying, I think I got a chance based on the mentality that this other guy's got. And it turned out he was right.
It's too bad he hadn't met Chili yet. He would have said he would have had a chance to have a chance.
God, that was so fun. We got to get Chili on. I got to message him after the show. Yes, he might be experimenting now. And by the way, if you're going to miss kicks, obviously you don't want to miss them at all. But if you're going to miss kicks, the place to miss them is when you're experimenting at practice so you can get better, so when the games actually count, you make them.
But no, let's just be fair to whoever, Rob in Michigan and Jason. Nobody said he's experimenting. We don't know if he's experimenting. I'm guessing he's trying to make the kick yesterday, and he hasn't all of a sudden said, I'm going to change from a high hook to a low cut.
Well, I don't know. Maybe he is already experimenting with the low cuts.
That would be a fun question to ask. Do I believe that he didn't just go to what his default mechanism was when he's got a game-winning kick in practice and he wants to impress his team? My hunch is he's going to try to make the kick the way he makes kicks.
Right. Fair. Very fair.
Or do you think he lines up and says, you know what, Matty? I'm going to hit a little low cut here. I do that when I golf. I'll say, I'm going to hit a little high draw here. And then I'll dead shank it left.
Into the woods.
That's the way it goes, yeah.
Stephen Lake Forest, I thought this was a fun text. It would seem that changing
former home of the Bears.
It would seem that changing the trajectory on a kick in the time required to make a team would be so challenging with muscle memory. Such an interesting interview with Ryan Longwell, smart guy from Stephen Lake Forest. So yeah,
agreed.
It would seem like drafting a kicker in the 6th round, trading up to take him, and then asking him to change a lot of what he does to fit the skill set would be a problem.
In fairness, these same conversations, had we done a show in 2005, those same conversations about one Aaron Charles Rodgers and Jeff Tedford and the little ball up by your chin deal, that would have also been the case, and that worked out pretty well. So
he wasn't being asked to be the starter right away.
I'm still not saying panic by any stretch. All I'm saying is that was I'm not going to use the term disturbing like Don did. It was eye-opening.
Enlightening.
Yeah, enlightening. Yeah. Like Pippi Longstocking.
What is it with you and Pippi Longstocking?
People also
lately?
on the text line enjoyed the Pippi Longstocking with Homer the other day.
She's got unexpected expectations, right, old Pip?
Old Pip.
I don't know her story well
Isn't that
enough.
the name of the book, Unexpected Expectations? Isn't that, or something Expectations?
Great Expectations?
Something with Pippi was
the book was just
I don't think
Pippi
she's in Great
Longstocking.
Expectations.
One more text from a 254 area code. Remember to give us your name and where you're texting
Let's
from.
guess.
Yeah?
254.
I do know it. I looked it up.
New Hampshire.
You are
I'm going to
conflating.
say
By the
New
way,
Hampshire.
New Hampshire is
you're
incorrect.
You're conflating.
Oh, he's stuck on
Pippi
Pip.
Longstocking.
Is it Albuquerque? Are we dealing with New Mexico again?
Nope, Central Texas, Waco area, Waco, Texas. Yeah.
Meanwhile, Great Expectations, the character in Great Expectations is Pip. And now it's become Pippi Longstocking.
Just wait, Pippi Longstocking has the curly hair, right?
The
Ponytails?
long stockings are her signature thing, yeah.
But what did she do?
I don't actually know. I think
Jason, you're the book person.
I am not familiar with Pippi Longstocking's game.
I don't know what her signature moment
you
was.
You went to journalism school and you know anything about Pippi Longstocking?
So the 254 text is this: how about you just wait until preseason and everything instead of freaking out right now about a kicker? Let's see what happens in the next 2 months. 254, that's what I said before Ryan Longwell came on with us.
Yeah, we shouldn't have had Ryan on then, and I wouldn't be freaking out. And by the way, I am not freaking out.
Now who's the ostrich, 254?
Yeah, I'm not going to freak out about it, but if you don't come away from listening to Ryan Longwell, who is one of the great kickers in the history of this great organization, and listening to what he said, if you aren't at least a little taken aback, you are an ostrich. And that's fine. Ostriches, they make good meat. It's a good bird. Fast. Quick.
It's not. They make good meat?
Yeah, ostrich is a healthy meat. Yeah.
Don't put your head in the sand.
Hall of Fame ostrich.
Don't put your head in the sand if you've been injured in an accident. Make the call to the best team in town. Gruber Law Offices. Again, I tell you this all the time. It's because I mean it. I hope you never have to call David and Steven and the team over there. I hope never, ever, ever, ever. Because then you've never been injured in an accident. But if you have been injured, you need to make the right choice, just like you need to pick the right kicker or not pick a kicker at all. So make the call. One call, that's all. 414-276-6666. 414-276-6666. Gruber Law Offices, one call. That's all. All right, Jesse, I assume being so nimble, you have changed today's trivia category to either kickers who failed in the NFL or the effects of kryptonites, or Lambeau, the swirling winds of Lambeau. What's today's category?
Well, it is kicking. World Cup fever, today's Wilde and Tausch trivia category.
I got the anecdote.
World Cup fever is today's trivia category, with the U.S. men's national team kicking off at 8 o'clock tonight.
Now, do the women's do that on a different year?
They're next year, yeah.
They don't go every other?
No.
Like they
do 1 year, and then the following year is the women, and then they take 2 years
off. By the
off.
way, that was
Why
one of
would
those...
they take 2 years off? Why wouldn't they just split it?
Well, I think it's so that the Women's World Cup doesn't coincide with the Summer Olympics.
All right, I'm sure there's a reason. There's a reason for it. I'm glad that you, I think, maybe laid it out, but we're not sure.
By the way, Brandi Chastain's goal with that 99 U.S. women's team was also one of those unifying moments that you were asking about the other day that a few people responded.
You think she's still, if she had to do it over, would still take her top off?
I do.
You think that's exactly how she wanted to play it out?
I think so.
Because that's what I think the lasting image of that is.
It's on the cover of Sports Illustrated.
It's a hell of a deal.
It's a heck of a photo. There's 48 teams in the World Cup. And then teams will be eliminated. We're not going to take caller 48. Let's take caller 20. Caller 20
When do we
right
get
now.
so soft on callers? You were going 200 before. Now you're going to go down to 22?
Not for trivia. Why don't you give away some Iron Jock here, then we can get the numbers back up. 844-770-3776. Caller 20.
You're an old curmudgeon, man.
It was a little pouty. It was
Yeah.
one of those yesterday's,
At least he waited till 11 o'clock.
High caller numbers for trivia.
It's just patently not true.
No, that is true. He's right. He was just a little pouty about it. He was a little strong of a retort.
When we... all right, I ain't going to get in a fight. It's a Friday. I'm just going to go.
It's 11:03. Well, it's only 12 minutes before the witching hour. Go ahead. Bring it. Caller 20 right now, 844-770-3776. 844-770-3776. We'll play trivia next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
We're on. Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
ESPN Wisconsin celebrates Wilde and Tausch's 10-year anniversary, presented by Steinhoffels.
Our very first guest,
Aaron Rodgers. Give us an over-under on what number would you set for how many shows we do together?
Daily, 52 weeks a year. I'm going to say you do about 230.
Wilde and Tausch's 10th anniversary is also brought to you by Sendix, by Outdoor Living Unlimited, by Gruber Law Offices, and by Events by Design.
It all started with a small storefront and a big promise: treat every customer just like family. For decades, local families have trusted Sendix to provide the freshest food, the warmest smiles, and a place where community comes first. From generation to generation, we have grown together. Because Sendix is more than just a grocery store. It's home. Thank you for allowing us to serve you for the past 100 years. Here's to the next 100 years. Sendix, your trusted local grocer.
It's a great day for Brewers baseball, and with Brewers checking from Associated Bank, you get a powerful lineup of perks all season. Leading off is Express Entry with incredible speed. Next up, 20% off gear at the Brewers team store. Sporty stuff. And third, up to 50% off home game tickets. But if you can believe it, there's even more you can score. Because with Brewers checking, you get the strongest lineup in baseball. Only from Associated Bank. Join the crew at AssociatedBank.com/Brewers. Member FDIC.
ESPN Wisconsin's Gabe Neitzel here for Events by Design. If you're planning an annual meeting, leadership summit, product launch, or trade show, you already know the pressure is on. Events by Design takes those high-stake moments and turns them into immersive experiences that energize your audience and elevate your brand. They handle everything: designing, planning, production, ensuring your event is executed seamlessly. No stress, no scrambling, just a memorable experience that delivers. Get started today. Just search online. Events by Design. They design, you party.
See 7 continents, no passport required. Explore the Milwaukee County Zoo, where some of the world's most extraordinary animals are already in your backyard. The zoo is a premier destination, offering ways to connect all year long. Visit amazing animals like the giant anaconda, hippo, and rhinos. Ride on the safari train, featuring new locomotive Engine 2025. And mark your calendar for events like a la carte, where you'll groove alongside the animals. What or who will you discover first? Plan your visit at MilwaukeeZoo.org.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? At Milwaukee Weight Loss, we know the secret. Our doctor-developed, easy-to-follow weight loss program helps you lose weight fast, naturally and safely, and with no drugs or injections with risk of serious side effects, no prepackaged meals, bars, shakes, and no exercising required. Our program helps reset your metabolism so you can keep the weight off for good with a coach for ongoing support. Our program costs up to half as much and works up to twice as fast as most other programs. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation.
Since January, I've already lost 40 pounds and dropped a couple pant sizes. This program has been simple, safe, and their team has helped me every step of the way. Best of all, it's built to help keep the weight off for good. If you're looking for a weight loss program that works, Milwaukee Weight Loss is it. For a limited time, get $200 off with our summer special. Book your free consultation at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Results may vary.
The biggest sporting event in the world, and a superior light beer to match it. From the pitch to the pour, Superior is worth playing for. Michelob Ultra, official beer sponsor of the FIFA World Cup 26. Enjoy Michelob Ultra while watching FIFA World Cup 26 at Zocalo Milwaukee, Social House Menominee Falls, Nomad World Pub Milwaukee, and Three Lions Shorewood. Michelob Ultra, enjoy responsibly. 2026 Anheuser-Busch, Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
There are a lot of things in my life that bring me joy. But one of them, when it comes to this show, is first-time contestants. And we're about to have one in Wilde and Tausch Trivia presented by Cousin Subs and Vortex Golf.
Wilde and Tausch Trivia is presented by Vortex Golf, rangefinders you can bet on, and by Cousin Subs. Have a grad to celebrate? Purchase $30 in Cousin Subs gift cards and receive a free 7.5-inch sub. Cousin Subs, they believe in better.
Let us welcome in our contestant, and as predicted, or as stated, he is a first-time contestant. It is Michael in Oregon. Michael, good morning. Unless you're in the state of Oregon, then I stand corrected. Michael, good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Very good, very good.
All right, here we go. Are you But before we start, are you panicked about the Packers kicking situation? Yes or no?
Nah, not yet.
Okay. Sound like a fairly reasonable individual.
Did you listen to Ryan
Jesse.
Longwell's 30-minute conversation with us?
No, I did not. I was at a dentist appointment.
Yeah, okay. We'll
Sorry,
do that,
I'll catch
and then
later.
do that, and then come back, and then
You're at a dentist appointment,
yeah.
and then you turned us on, and now you're playing trivia? What a day you've had. That's a full day.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Question one in the category of World Cup fever is this.
Speaking of that, how is speaking of Oregon, how is the girls' soccer team? Are they still advancing on, or where are we at? Because great high school soccer there.
Yeah, I probably should know that, but my two girls are very little.
Okay.
So they're not anywhere near that age yet, so I do
All
not
right. Yeah. Powerhouse.
They're future
powerhouse.
Panthers.
It's a powerhouse program.
That's right.
Eric Anderson and his family prominent in there. All right, here we go. Michael, question one is this. Which opponent does the U.S. men's national team face tonight to begin their run in the 2026 FIFA World Cup? Is it Paraguay, Uruguay, or Senegal?
I'm gonna take a stab and say not the last one.
Safe.
Let's see. Paraguay. Let's go with that one.
Paraguay is correct. Well done. Did Tausch leave?
He's hanging out here with me in the.
Yeah, Jesse wanted me to draw today, so I wanted to come in and I want to get some of these hot buttons, hot keys.
Hot keys. Yes, hot buttons.
Do I draw
Question
yet, or are we
two.
good? Okay.
Question two, Michael, is this what an operation this is? Which country located in the Middle East hosted the most recent FIFA World Cup in 2022? Was it Qatar, Saudi Arabia, or Kazakhstan?
Qatar.
Indeed. 2 for 2. Tausch, that's the part where you're supposed to hit the... Yeah, there you go. Good work.
Thank you.
Question 3.
Why are you always trying to stir stuff up, Jason?
All 3 of the World Cup games scheduled for the U.S. men's national team in the group stage will be played at stadiums home to football teams in which division? Is it in the AFC West, the AFC East, or the NFC West?
I believe they're out in SoFi, right? So NFC West.
There you have it. Well done on the buttons, yes. So, Jesse, before Tausch picks the winner, and Michael, you've got all 4 entries possible, so well done in your first time out. So, are they playing at multiple NFC West locations?
So they're at SoFi tonight. They're at Lumen Stadium in Seattle for the second game against Australia. And then they're back at SoFi for the final game of the group stage. Yeah.
Go boo in a bar.
Thanks, Tausch.
I'll give where the Ben
All right, Tausch has picked this week's winner. I'm sure he has no idea what the number means since the numbering
I can't
system
hear anything,
is so jacked up.
No, I'm all right. I can't hear anything. But number 2.
That's Michael.
Oh.
He played on the 5th day of the week. Why on earth is he number 2?
What's a good one for that one?
Long story.
I don't have it. What's
Michael,
good?
congratulations.
I won.
You won.
Very sexy.
Yes,
Don't you
well
think?
done. What a debut. Tausch will take down all your information.
I
Or
can't
maybe
wait.
he'll leave.
No, he won't.
But you are our winner for this week. Thanks for playing. We appreciate you. All right, that is Wilde and Tausch Trivia. Hey, we got to start at the 11 o'clock hour. That'll happen in 2 minutes, so stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
An ESPN Radio Extra Point with Chris Canty.
Your teammates tell you not to be that guy. Last night, De'Aaron Fox was that guy. Now, there are a myriad of different reasons why the Spurs lost that game and why the Knicks had a chance to grab it by the throat. But in that moment, when it comes down to effort, when it comes down to awareness, when it comes down to focus, things that are fully within your control as a player, for De'Aaron Fox not to exhibit any of that in the final minute of the game, when the sole purpose for him being on the court is to provide veteran leadership, is egregious. I know the series ain't over. If San Antonio could, they should pack his crap up today and ship him somewhere else. He came from Sacramento, haul his ass back out there, because he lost that game for the San Antonio Spurs as much as anybody did last night.
Download to see if you qualify. Not all customers will qualify. Transfer fees may apply. No Albert subscription required. Albert is not a bank. Albert Instant Loans are issued by FinWise Bank, member FDIC. Not an actual client. Terms apply.
Kylie, what's wrong? I just got hit with a car repair bill. I'm behind on rent, and I feel like I can never save any money.
Have you tried the Albert app? Albert is your financial assistant, helping you find ways to save and create custom budgets to actually grow your money. Plus, you can get up to $10,000 for big expenses, or advance up to $1,000 fast when you need cash right away.
Albert can get me up to $10,000?
Exactly. Albert spots you in a pinch and helps you grow your money in the long run.
I'm downloading Albert right now.
Download the Albert app and use promo code TRACK to borrow up to $10,000 for whatever you need. The Albert app helps you budget better and save more money, so you reach your financial goals faster. Download the Albert app right now and use promo code TRACK to borrow up to $10,000. Use code TRACK to borrow up to $10,000.
Get your green and gold off-season fix right here. You're listening to 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
Joining us now is the Green Bay Packers' new head coach, Matt LaFleur on Wilde and Tausch.
Packers Hall of Famer Mark Tauscher.
Matt LaFleur, Matt Nagy, and Matt Patricia. Who is the most famous non-NFC North head coach not named Matt? No, I'm sorry.
Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studio at ESPN Milwaukee.
Who is the most famous non-NFC North head coach named Matt? Matt Damon, Matt Ryan, somebody else.
And celebrating 10 great years on ESPN Wisconsin.
Can you repeat that question?
Sorry.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
The 11 o'clock hour of Wilde and Tausch, which will include Name That Year, the latest round of that fun game presented by Sendix. And thanks again to all of our great partners that are helping us celebrate our 10th anniversary in the coming weeks. Some Wonelli and, of course, Feel Good Friday, painted by Holman Lindsay Paints. But for those of you who, like Michael in Oregon, who maybe had a dentist appointment during the Ryan Longwell conversation, you will be able to find that. In fact, you can find it already in some of these places. You can rewind on YouTube and watch it there. You can find it in the ESPN Wisconsin app. You can find it in the other places that you get your podcasts, especially now that we're back on Spotify. Lots of places you can find it. But here, Jesse has a clip that I'm sure will make him feel better and everyone else feel better. Here is Ryan Longwell from earlier in the show.
Jackie and myself and Mason all hit what you would call a lower cut, meaning the ball was not going left. The ball was going straight or it would fall right. It would never, ever turn left. And so that was Chris Jackie. That's how way I kicked, and that's the way Mason kicked. when you look at Dave Rayner, which forced them to draft Mason, when you look at Anders, and when you look at Trey's college film, they all hit a very high hook, like a high ball. And so what that does in Lambeau Field is you look at, back to even Daniel Carlson, but you look at Anders, and what did he do? He hits the high ball, and it stays wide right because it doesn't, at one end of the field, it hangs right on the high hook, and the other end of the field, it blows across the whole upright and goes left. And so the high hook in Lambeau has always been kryptonite.
Kryptonite, never the word you're looking for. But again, not part of that clip was the part where Ryan Longwell said that he hit a high ball when he first got here, and he figured it out. And he kicked for a team that went to the Super Bowl during his rookie season. Tausch, again, I don't want to rehash all of it, but if you are looking into your crystal ball and we reconvene, I mean, we'll keep doing the show between now and then, but we reconvene for the first practice of training camp on July 29th. What do you think is
in relation to Trey Smack?
Yes.
I mean, I think he's going to go about his business. He'll be obviously at the rookie, whatever they're calling next week. And my hope is that I don't think you ever want to stray too far from what got you where you're at. Doesn't mean you can't improve and grow, but if you're looking at it and saying, I need to totally rebuild this motor, then you start wondering, like, what are we doing? So tweaks and, little technique things, yes. But from his perspective, I don't think he's going to sit there and say, well, now I need to start. These kickers need to be able to move the football anyways. Like, there's always wind. There's always things that you need to do. But there's a baseline that this is what I will go to. And kickers, just like golfers, I don't care how well-trained you are. You need to be able to kind of control and understand things are going to get pressury and tight. How am I going to handle it? What is my muscle memory and go-to? In golf, there is no doubt, and I've hit a fade my whole life. I tried to start hitting a draw. There's just more things that need to go right when you're drawing the golf ball, just in the same way with the football. And it's always easier to do it. And from Ryan's standpoint, his advice to Trey will be, this is how you need to kick to be successful here. Mm-hmm. I think maybe we're taking more into, oh, my God, this needs to be like a rebuilt deal. This is just some minor things that you have to tweak. But it shouldn't be. It just feels like it's so early.
It does.
That's a conversation I just didn't think we should be having at this point in Trey's career, which is a month old.
Jesse, there you go. See, Tausch is calming you down, right? You feel better.
No. There are two different conversations to be had on this front. I think the conversation about he can develop and he's still a young player and there's a lot of room to grow, like that is warranted and fair. And believe me, after last year's Pat Murphy debacle, I, above anybody else, knows that we don't want to call our shots and panic on anything too soon. That being said,
True.
When you're hearing
Good
one of the great kickers of all time in Green Bay Packers history, a Hall of Fame kicker who knows Trey Smack pretty well, who knows the Packers pretty well, comes on this show and over the span of a 30-minute conversation says the skill set that in which he kicks the ball doesn't match the kickers who have been most successful in Green Bay over time. In fact, it matches some of the kickers who have had the least successful tenures in Green Bay over the last couple of decades. And then he also goes on to say that NFL teams really aren't that good at evaluating kickers because they all want to see who can kick it the farthest instead of who can be the most consistent. Yeah. And he specifically cites one team, the Baltimore Ravens, as being good at that and not the Green Bay Packers, who he was spending the majority of that conversation discussing. Those, to me, are a couple of things that send off some alarm bells. And going into today, Like yesterday, I made an appearance on the Dam Sports Show on ESPN Beaver Dam, and they said, should we be concerned about Trey Spagnuolo? I said, no, absolutely not. Like, there's no it's June 11th. Now it's June 12th. There's no reason to be concerned about a rookie kicker getting started. He's just getting his footing. He's figuring everything out. It's going to be fine. But when you supplement what we've seen on the practice field over the last couple of weeks with this analysis from one of the best that ever did it in Green Bay, I think there's a lot of reasons for the panic meter to go up.
Yeah, I think it's too early, and I think you've got the right guy in the case. All right.
So when's it not too early?
Training camp.
Why do you think the right guy's on the case? He's not a consultant for the Green Bay Packers.
Not yet. He's got existing relationships with the kicker we're talking about and with the special teams coordinator.
Okay.
And he can fit in some consulting for a fee in between flipping houses and his and Sarah's new show coming up on HGTV sometime in the future. And both his kids are grown now, so he doesn't. He's got all kinds of time on his hands. Plus, he's got his golf game working. I trust Ryan Longwell. I also trust that if I want to get away, I don't have to jump on a plane or jump on a cruise ship. I can just get away to Milwaukee and Potawatomi Casino Hotel. I've stayed at the hotel. It is immaculate. Biggest rooms in all of Milwaukee, nearly 500 beautifully designed rooms and luxury suites that are perfect for a weekend reset, a date night, or celebrating something big. And I've told you about the food. I'm not a big gambler, but I am a big eater. I love to eat. And they've got the Dream Dance Steakhouse, Canal Street Cafe, Ruyi Asian Kitchen, Cream City Coffee Company, The Marketplace, and my personal favorite, Rock and Brews, where I get my salmon every time with the scalloped potatoes. Everything you can want in a night out, a full night out all in one place. Plus, if you're planning a birthday, a wedding, or an anniversary, you can also rent out their event spaces, which are phenomenal. Elite play, a luxury stay, bet on flavor. Potawatomi Casino Hotel. We continue our 10-year anniversary celebration. Next, it's Wilde and Tausch.
This
94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance. Stay up to date on the Green and Gold all off season. The Green and Gold Fix podcast is brought to you by Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Luxury stay, elite play, unwind in sophisticated comfort. Win big, dine, and experience the events in Milwaukee.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel neglected or unloved? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
Congratulations to the class of 2026.
Got a grad to celebrate? Make it easy with a Cousin Subs gift card. Buy $30 in gift cards and get a free 7.5-inch sub for you. Valid on any Deli Fresh or Classic sub. So while you're giving a great gift, you're getting one too. Simple, thoughtful, and way better than a card that gets tucked away. Stop by your local Cousin Subs today. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
Enjoy Ozaki County's premier golf destination, The Bog in Saukville. Featuring 18 championship holes designed by legendary golfer Arnold Palmer, The Bog offers a golf experience unlike any other for all skill levels. But The Bog is more than just golf. It's the perfect setting for corporate events, weddings, and group outings. Our team brings every detail to life. Play the finest greens of Wisconsin, then enjoy a bite to eat in our restaurant or out on our new patio bar overlooking the 18th green. It's time to golf, Wisconsin. It's time to enjoy The Bog.
Sports are changing. Faster, stronger, smarter. So should your beer. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. 2.6 carbs, 95 calories, crisp and refreshing, no extra baggage, built for people who go hard. Still drinking the same old light beer? You're stuck. Flight is changing the game. Level up. Flight by Yuengling, the next generation of light beer. Wisconsin, are you keeping up? DJ Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
It doesn't get any headlines just to be silently good. Big Fish Contracting, we say renovating homes, redeeming an industry.
It's so much more than just, okay, we're replacing your roof.
We're not only educating homeowners, but we're getting to know them and allowing them an opportunity to get to know us. And there's just such beauty in it, you know? If anyone is considering reaching out to us.
Or you can check us out on our website, bigfishcontracting.com.
Fisco is always there for your auto body care. When accidents happen, Fisco Auto Body on Forest Home in Franklin is there when you need them. Got a broken mirror? They'll take care of it. Dented bumper? Scratch paint? Fisco Auto Body will take care of it. If there's any damage you need fixed, Fisco has you covered. Their expert workmanship is guaranteed for the life of your vehicle. So stop in for all of your auto bumps and dings. Once again, you know the line. That's Fisco.
Brian Butch here. From high school All-American to Division I to the pros, I know the value of gear that works as hard as you do. And with Father's Day coming up, Iron Jock has some great bundle deals for every kind of dad. Get a performance t-shirt and low-cut socks for just $35, a polo and cap bundle for $65, or grab a lightweight hoodie and jogger set for only $100. Iron Jock gear is moisture-wicking, anti-static, built with 4-way stretch, and powered by silver ion technology to help eliminate odor-causing bacteria. Shop Father's Day bundles now through June 21st at ironjock.com.
Homer here for Window Nation. If your air conditioner never seems to turn off, worn out windows could be the culprit. Upgrade yours now during Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 free sale. Imagine new energy efficient windows and getting half of them free. Plus, you could even get no money down, no monthly payments or interest for 2 years. And as a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers, book a consultation and ask how you could score a pair of Brewers tickets. Sale ends soon. So visit windownation.com. Window Nation, proud partner of Wounded Warrior Project.
You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, 855 Pella WI, or visit online at PellaWI.com/radio.
It is time for another of the great, fun things we're doing leading up to our 10th anniversary celebration. Time now to play a little Name That Year, served up by Sendix.
It's not a question of who.
Wilde and Tausch is my favorite show. This called Wilde too.
Or what.
If you want to do this, it's great, but you're not getting any younger.
The question is, when?
Do I want Justin Fields to be replaced right now? I'm not sure. I could still probably develop him.
Wilde and Tausch's 10th anniversary is presented by Steinhoffels. And it's time to play Name That Year. Served up by Sendix Food Markets.
Those guys have been around here a long time.
Sendix, celebrating 10 years of Wilde and Tausch and 100 years as your trusted local grocer since 1926.
Yeah, 100 years of Sendix, 10 years of Wilde and Tausch.
What a run both of us are having, huh?
And only one of us has the freshest cut fruit in America. You got to get the fruit when you go to Sendix, and then put it in the red bag.
The red bag. Cheese curd bar is pretty good, too.
Name That Year is served up by Sendix, and the theme this week, the Milwaukee Brewers. They return home from Vegas.
Oh, boy.
Last year, you tried to fire Pat Murphy.
That clip is not included in this batch. We'll have
2 years ago, they got swept by the A's, and they were cooked.
Well,
there
was
2 or 3 years ago already.
Might have been 3.
3 guests who have appeared on Wilde and Tausch featured in our clips here today,
Pat
talking
Murphy.
Milwaukee Brewers over the years.
He was fun.
He was awesome.
You guys remember when
Jesse tried to get him fired.
Christian Yelich appeared in studio with us one time. Here is clip number 1.
You don't really know how the season's going to shape up individual-wise or team-wise. You just put your head down and you keep going. And even the seasons I won MVP, you don't know how it's going to turn out like that in April or May or June. You just keep playing, and then eventually seasons start to shape up to be special. Like as an individual player and a team, you just don't know. So you just keep going, and that's really what I learned, man. Was just keep going and keep your head down. Like the highs aren't as high as you think, the lows aren't as low as you think. You just keep going and you don't quit, and good things can still happen.
A message that still applies for all of us Brewers fans. What year did Christian
2024,
Yelich
I'm going to
appear in
guess.
studio?
2022.
One of you is right. Jason would know because he was the one in studio.
I was there with him, yeah,
2024,
exactly.
the year that Christian Yelich appeared in studio and shared that and more insights with us here on Wilde and Tausch. Clip number 1, featuring Yelich.
That was, by the way, he was really good. The stuff he talked about was really insightful. He was a really good guest. I enjoyed that thoroughly.
Another Brewers legend who has appeared with us on a couple of different occasions.
Cecil Cooper.
Not Cecil Cooper, but a member of the 1982.
Come on, that was totally uncalled for.
A member of the 1982 Milwaukee Brewers, and one of each of your respective favorite players, Robin Yount on Wilde and Tausch. In which year did Robin Yount join us and say this when asked?
I think it's fun that we have you and Tausch together on this show because you both did something that I think lots of players would love to be able to do, and that is spend their career with only one team. Tausch with 11 years with the Packers, Robin, you with 20 years with the Brewers. You have so many friends from your playing days. How is it different for a guy who's actually able to do that? And is there any downside to it?
Well, I don't know if there's any downside for me. It's a heck of a lot easier not having to move to different cities all the time with your family. That can be a bit of a pain. But man, I was so happy to play in Milwaukee and be able to play there my whole career. It was just the perfect place for me to play. I was so fortunate to be drafted by the Brewers, and at the time I really wasn't sure what I was getting into, but it ended up being the greatest thing that ever happened to me as far as my baseball career.
Pretty cool conversation with Robin Yount. What year did he join us and say that, Tausch?
I'm going to say COVID, 2020.
2020 is Tausch's guess. Jason?
Ah, man. He's been on like 3 or 4 times, and it's a pinch me moment for me having grown up with him as my childhood idol. I'm going to say it was post-COVID. I'm going to say 2022. So neither of us is right.
July 30th of 2019.
Really?
2019.
Robin Yount's number, yeah.
Yeah, Robin Yount appearing in 2019 for one of the first times on Wilde and Tausch, but he has been on several times. He went on in that interview to talk about how fans wanted him traded at one point because his defense was not particularly good. But thankfully, the Brewers didn't listen to the noise.
A Gold Glove player.
He went on to become, of course, one of the most iconic legends of Milwaukee Brewers history. Final clip. Name that year. Served up by Sendix. We have been very fortunate to be joined by ESPN MLB insider Jeff Passan several different times over the years. In which year did Jeff Passan join us and say this?
For all of the things, guys, that the Milwaukee Brewers do well, spend money is not one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no indication that Mark Attanasio is going to be raising the payroll significantly at this point. And so, as good as the talent on this team is now, as great as I anticipate Jackson Chourio is going to be, and as much as Jacob Mizorowski can be like the best pitcher in the big leagues if everything comes together. And that's not an exaggeration. Like, he's got that kind of stuff. As much as all of those things may be true, the Brewers are still on that same walkway that they've been on. Nothing is changing, nothing evolving, nothing being supercharged. And the Cubs right now are preparing to supercharge what they have through their checkbook.
Jeff Passan, when did he say that on Wilde and Tausch?
2024.
2024 is Tausch's guess. Jason?
I was really hoping the clip would be him talking about how he's got certain shows and people in his phone that say do not answer, and you had not reached that point yet, but you may have since, because it's been a while since we had him on. I'm going to go 2025, since Tausch took 2024. He's talking about Chourio. He's talking about Mizorowski. I think maybe it was before 2024, possibly as well, but he'd have been, because he knows all these farm systems so well. But I'm going to say last year.
Jacob Mizorowski made his major league debut with the Brewers in June of 2025.
A year ago today, I believe.
Jackson Chourio made his major league debut in the starting lineup in March of 2024.
Really?
Jeff Passan said that about both of those players
2023
in November of 2023.
Wow.
That's why he's the GOAT, boy.
Clip that.
He called Miz a year and a half before his major league debut.
Clip that and put it out, because that is why Jeff Passan
God,
is
he's
the best in the business. That's why I thought 24 a little earlier than last year. Gave it a year, and I was off by one.
That was so, oh my goodness gracious.
Who would have thought, when I'm going back listening to Jeff Passan's appearance from 2023 after Craig Counsell left to go join the Cubs, that he drops Churro and Miz before they make their major league debuts. And look at how that's
it's almost like he knows what he's talking
about.
years.
Crazy.
Yep, pretty amazing. Be sure to clip that. Seriously, don't forget. I know you got a lot on your plate.
We'll see if Cheesehead TV will do it.
I don't think Cheesehead TV is
No,
going to
they might.
Cheesehead TV is going to be all over that Longwell interview. I can tell you that much.
Just like Tausch is all over a trip to Sendik's.
Indeed, this segment was brought to you by Sendik's, your trusted local grocer for the past 100 years. Father's Day is almost here, and Sendik's Crab Fest is the perfect way to treat Dad to restaurant-quality seafood. Reserve Dad's favorites now at Sendik's.com. Jumbo Southern Red King crab legs, just $44.99 a pound. Snap and Eat crab claws, $7.99 a pound. Premium wild-caught Caribbean lobster tails, just $19.99 a pound. These special seafood offerings and more, only available for a limited time. So reserve your order today at Sendik's.com. Sendik's, your trusted local grocer.
Whoa, Nelly is next. It's Wilde Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Shopping for new windows and doors shouldn't feel like a negotiation. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin doesn't believe in games. They never inflate pricing, and there's no high-pressure sales pitch. Just premium windows and doors built for long-term comfort, beauty, and peace of mind. Buy direct through Pella, and one trusted team handles everything with Pella-certified installers every step of the way. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Schedule your free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
From large manufacturer to local pizza shop and every business in between, Summit Credit Union helps your vision take shape with loan programs, great rates, and strategic solutions. Whatever you're building, you've got this, and Summit Credit Union's got you.
Stop buying barbecue rubs that all taste the same.
Most are loaded with sugar, fillers, and shortcuts.
Burn Pit BBQ is not.
We're a veteran-owned company right here in Wisconsin, built on doing things the right way, no shortcuts, no nonsense.
Just premium seasonings that deliver real flavor every time you fire up the grill.
Whether it's a quick dinner or feeding the whole crew, Burn Pit BBQ gives you confidence to get it right.
Burn Pit BBQ, grill with confidence.
Find us at burnpitbbq.com and now at select Walmart locations.
That's burnpitbbq.com.
Don't miss 3 weekends of live music at Milwaukee's Summer Fest, presented by American Family Insurance, including Cody Johnson, Jelly Roll, Russell Dickerson, plus Tucker Wetmore, Nate Smith, Sam Barber, and more. Get tickets now at summerfest.com.
Get a $1,000 trade-in bonus. Any make, any model, any condition. You'll be surprised at how much you'll get for your trade at the Cunis Trade-Up event, happening now at your nearby Milwaukee Metro Cunis dealerships in Oak Creek, Greenfield, and Hope Chevrolet on West Metro Auto Mall. That's right. Any make, any model, any condition. Get a $1,000 trade-in bonus and take advantage of great new vehicle specials from Chevrolet, GMC, and Buick. Looking for value? Shop over 3,000 pre-owned vehicles group-wide with models for every lifestyle and payments for every budget. Plus, we'll buy your car even if you don't buy one from us. The Cunis Trade-Up event is happening now. Get a $1,000 trade-in bonus. Any make, any model, any condition. For a limited time only. Find your nearest location at shopcunis.com.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings discount liquor. If it's a celebrate or tailgate, when you're gonna recreate upstate. If it's a holiday, birthday, any date, you can save at discount liquor.
It's the world's largest music festival, and you'll be there compliments of Discount Liquor. Hi, this is Marie from Discount Liquor. There is no other party like Summerfest. Buy any one 15-pack of 16-ounce aluminum bottles of Miller Lite, Coors Light, or Coors Banquet, or any one 12-pack of Happy Thursday Spiked Refresher, and receive one free Summerfest ticket. Visit us at 51st in Oklahoma and Milwaukee, and in Barstow and Maine in downtown Waukesha.
The only thing that tops our selection is your savings.
See us for your free Summerfest ticket and check out our specials at DiscountLiquorInc.com.
Discount Liquor.
An uninspired cookie-cutter trade show booth is unlikely to move the needle.
Picture this: lights, motion, energy, engagement. A space so bold it stops people mid-step.
That's what the award-winning team at Captivate Exhibits has been delivering for over 30 years.
From high-impact trade show exhibits to immersive lobbies, history walls, and culture-driven interiors, Captivate transforms ordinary square footage into unforgettable brand experiences.
Get started today at CaptivateExhibits.com.
This is Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN. Sponsored by American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Without further ado, time for Whoa, Nelly.
If the topic is good, the guys discuss.
Just the other morning I had breakfast at Tracy Rocker's house. His mama brought out 15 flapjacks. He said, Mama, take back 5 of them flapjacks. I gotta stay hungry for the Crimson Tide.
But if it's not, the show must go on. It's time for
Whoa, Nelly!
On Wilde and Tausch.
No NBA Finals tonight. TV deciding to get out of the way of the U.S. men's national team in the FIFA World Cup.
Let's go Hurricanes, though.
Hurricanes win Game 5 last night, take a 3-2 series lead in the Stanley Cup final. They are also out of the way tonight.
You got Jordan Stahl.
That's what I hear. Yeah, he scored a goal again. Bussy also. Now I know Bussy. Big-time Bussy in the net.
Took over. They benched the other guy.
Will the NBA Finals be over when we reconvene on Monday morning? Game 5 Saturday night in San Antonio.
No. Although I don't know psychologically where San Antonio, after blowing that game, I don't know where they're at. I feel like they have one last stand. But I think New York maybe actually plays a little bit better away from the circus that is Madison Square. So, but I like San Antonio to win Saturday night.
I like them to win Saturday night and then go out in front of all those celebrities, those long-suffering celebrities, and win Game 6 at the Garden and send it back to the Alamo Dome or the Hemisphere Arena or wherever they actually play for Game 7. Let's go.
What would actually be the best story now, Jason? Would it be the Knicks finishing the deal, or would it be the Spurs coming back from down 3-1?
You blow a huge lead like that, everyone gives you up for dead, and you go out and you win 3 straight to win the title in Game 7.
No, the best story is for New York to blow the next 2 and then win Game 7 on the road and ending the, whatever you want to call it, a curse. That would be the best storyline, I believe, nationally, with New York winning after all this.
That'd be the best story in New York.
No, nationally it would be.
Why are you such a Knicks fan?
I'm not. I'm just telling you.
Yeah,
I love
you sound
Patrick.
like a Knicks fan.
I love Patrick Ewing and Anthony Mason.
They don't play for them anymore.
But they're part of it.
Why do you hate the Knicks so much? You seem very anti-Knicks.
I just know the whole celebrity thing is so weird to me because it's just weird.
They're throwing eggs at Wemby.
Why do people not like celebrities? Like what? Like, come on, man.
Jason isn't normally this negative when talking about certain franchises,
You're right.
and the Knicks is one of them for whatever reason.
Jason's pretty negative on a lot of stuff, if we're being honest. But I don't know.
You sound pretty negative right now about me.
I don't understand the vitriol he had for the celebrities the other night.
Because that's all they kept showing.
Your guy Jerry was one of them.
Like he's not my guy.
Who's Jerry?
Seinfeld.
Seinfeld.
Oh, you don't like Seinfeld?
I saw him never mind. I'm not going there because I'm too negative as it is.
Oh, are you going to get into like Israel, Palestine?
No.
Oh, I was going to say, let's whoa Nelly that.
Okay. I paid a handsome amount of money once upon a time before we had kids to see him live stand up. I think it was in the early days of the Overture Center when it had first opened. And I was like, he wasn't very good. I'd rather go see Jim Gaffigan or Al Madrigal. He just wasn't very good. Disappointing. He used all this material that he'd already done on television. Like, I've heard all this before. And I paid a lot of money for these tickets, and it's not very good. I'm out on the Knicks. Go Spurs. Next.
Whoa, Nelly! Okay.
Fair enough.
Jay Leno did the same thing. He played at Bradley built a new arena when I was a freshman. He was like the first comedian they had in. I worked it, and it was like all recycled material from on his late night show from the last year. What are you doing? Whoa, Nelly! Maybe you want to spend your hard-earned money going to see Miz tonight. Brewers, Phillies, Miz on the mound, 640.
They back in at
They
Anthem?
are back at American Family Field where the home runs will be properly allotted as opposed to in Vegas when it was hitting the jet stream and coasting on out of there for both teams. Brewers, Phillies, potential postseason preview if the Phillies turn things around, 640 tonight at American Family Field. Will you be more dialed into Miz or the World Cup or something else?
I will pay attention to the World Cup, but Miz is must watch. Miz is must watch.
Or listen, of course, on 620 WTMJ and 100.5 ESPN Madison. Yeah.
I am working my way through the CBS series CIA, so I think I might watch that on demand on my Spectrum cable. What's that look for?
Must be nice to have cable.
You're going to watch. You're going to pass on an
you read
event
that perfectly.
Once every 4 years.
No,
or
Jesse.
Miz, a once-in-a-lifetime talent to watch
sorry.
CIA.
I was trying not to be so negative. I was trying to be humorous. No, I'll have this.
Well, I hope they don't show Mia Hamm. I'll tell you that. I hope Mia Hamm ain't up there. And
she would not be just some meaningless celebrity that has nothing to do with the Knicks.
What do you mean nothing to do with the Knicks?
God, you really think that where are all these shots of all these celebrities before the finals? Where
you
were
never
they?
watched any games.
Where were they?
They were
did
everywhere.
You mean,
Spike Lee's at every game. Ben Stiller's at every game.
Great. Did you ever hear me complain about Spike Lee at a Knicks game?
Chalamet's at the big ones. So your issue is really with Taylor Swift, it sounds like.
Sounds like you don't
Mariska
like Taylor
Hargitay.
Swift.
Oh, she's there a lot. Yeah.
She's like best friends with Jalen Brunson.
Taylor Swift is warranted because she was just courtside at the Cavs game against the Knicks like 2 weeks ago.
Not warranted. She was at a Packer game. She likes sports. All of a
She was
sudden
at the Packers game.
Might have been her bachelorette
because
party
of her
there
boyfriend.
the other day.
So
her fiance.
What? Now we're hating on people for going to sports?
We're not. No, we're
Whoa,
not.
Nelly! Oh, look, we're all out of time.
I'll be watching Paraguay and the United States. That's what I'll be watching. That's it for Whoa, Nelly. Mercifully. Feel Good Friday, painted by Holman Lindsay Paints, is next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch continues. All the biggest voices, all in one place. The Yingling Legends Line. Exclusive insight from Hall of Famers, All-Stars, and Game Changers, all on the Yingling Legends Line.
Brian Braun, I appreciate you joining us here on Kyle and Brust.
But we just wanted to have fun. You know, baseball's a game of failure and adversity. It's such a long season. You want to find ways to enjoy the success when you have good moments.
The Yingling Legends Line. Crack open a Yingling lager and raise a toast to an American tradition. D.G. Yingling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
It all started with a small storefront and a big promise. Treat every customer just like family. For decades, local families have trusted Sendix to provide the freshest food, the warmest smiles, and a place where community comes first. From generation to generation, we have grown together. Because Sendix is more than just a grocery store. It's home. Thank you for allowing us to serve you for the past 100 years. Here's to the next 100 years. Sendix, your trusted local grocer.
Mark Tauscher here. People ask, why did I join UW Credit Union? Well, let's break it down. Convenient local branches, easy to use mobile banking app, rewards checking with early payday, and that beautiful Bucky debit card. Also, they've been serving Wisconsin since 1931, which means they have local expertise that's actually local. So stop by a branch or visit uwcu.org to join today and become a UW Credit Union member like I did. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
Remember how you felt when you were 25? Your morning workouts were a breeze. You had a drive that kicked in way before your first cup of coffee. Does it feel like you're losing your edge? You know, it might not be your age. It could be low testosterone. At Mentality, we'll get to the bottom of what's really going on and build a personalized plan using testosterone replacement and peptide therapies to help restore your energy, focus, and drive. Get back to being the guy you used to be. Book your appointment with Mentality at lowtusa.com. Again, that's lowtusa.com.
Do you know the secret to losing up to 1 pound of fat every day? At Milwaukee Weight Loss, we know the secret. Our doctor-developed, easy-to-follow weight loss program helps you lose weight fast, naturally and safely, and with no drugs or injections with risk of serious side effects, no prepackaged meals, bars, shakes, and no exercising required. Our program helps reset your metabolism so you can keep the weight off for good with a coach for ongoing support. Our program costs up to half as much and works up to twice as fast as most other programs. Go to MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com to schedule your free consultation.
Homer here. I've been on this journey since January and have already lost 27 pounds and on my way to at least 30. What I love most is how safe and easy this program has been. No complicated plans, just real results that fit into everyday life. If you've been looking for a weight loss program that really works, this is it. For a limited time, get $200 off with our summer special. Book your free consultation at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com.
Results may vary.
Prizes, flyaways, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
That's ESPNWisconsinContests.com.
Homer here for Window Nation. If your air conditioner never seems to turn off, worn-out windows could be the culprit. Upgrade yours now during Window Nation's Buy 4, Get 4 free sale. Imagine new energy-efficient windows and getting half of them free. Plus, you could even get no money down, no monthly payments or interest for 2 years. And as a proud partner of the Milwaukee Brewers, book a consultation and ask how you could score a pair of Brewers tickets. Sale ends soon, so visit WindowNation.com. Window Nation, proud partner of Wounded Warrior Project.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year.
For over 50 years, Covenant House has been helping youth in crisis. To learn more, go to covenanthouse.org today.
Wilde and Tausch continues next on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. You're listening to Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, and sponsored by American Family Insurance.
Time for Feel Good Friday, painted by Hallman Lindsay Paints. We turn to Jesse Nelson to deliver one for us.
Yeah, our longtime friend, our teammate, and my counterpart on Zimbrick Honda's Prep Mania over the last decade, Dennis Semrau, recognized last week by the Madison Sports Hall of Fame as the Friend of Sport Award winner in 2026. The dean for all the decades upon decades of covering high school sports, telling the stories of high school athletes for various platforms around the Madison area, recognized by that award. He'll also be inducted later this year into the Wisconsin Basketball Coaches Association Hall of Fame. Big year for Dennis Semrau, bringing in some big awards, including that one last week from the Madison Sports Hall of Fame.
Congrats to
Congratulations.
Dennis. I'll tell you, man, what he does for prep sports, or what he's done for, he covered me. I remember him. So he is someone out there, and we're always looking for more and more with local sports. He kicks keister, and he's still doing it. So well-deserved on all fronts for Dennis.
Looking for your next unforgettable night out in Milwaukee? Step into Upper Bar, where the city lights meet the river's edge and every evening feels like an occasion. Perched above the Milwaukee River with sweeping downtown views, Upper Bar is your stylish escape to the heart of the city. Sip handcrafted cocktails, explore curated wines, and share flavorful bites made for good company. Whether you're meeting friends, starting your night, or just chasing the view, you'll find it all here. Upper Bar, elevated evenings right in the center of it all. Visit upperbarmke.com to learn more.
Hi, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Most contractors cut corners and disappear when there's a problem. Not us. Since 1997, we've completed over 60,000 projects, earned thousands of 5-star reviews, and were named 2025 Roofing Magazine Contractor of the Year. We set the standard for exterior remodeling, trusted by homeowners, proven every single day. We're excited to show you why choosing Infinity means peace of mind. Visit infinityexteriors.com to see why your neighbors trust Infinity.
Summer is when homebuyers come out in full force.
Which means standing out matters. The right pricing, preparation, and marketing strategy can make all of the difference.
I'm Tony Wendorf with Tony Wendorf & Associates, powered by Keller Williams.
And I'm Bailey Eichner. Our white glove service includes expert communication, local knowledge, and luxury level service at every price point.
Because every home and every client deserves to be treated with care.
Get started today by searching online Tony Wendorf.
Tony Wendorf & Associates, driven by faith, gratitude, and results.
The heart of this country is local. It's neighbors looking out for neighbors. It's small businesses that know your name. At Piggly Wiggly, the people who run your store live right here, right alongside you. And when you shop with us, every dollar stays in the community we all call home. Stop in today and see the difference shopping local really makes. Piggly Wiggly, local since forever.
Marquette Basketball head coach Shaka Smart here, and you're listening to the home of Marquette Basketball. 94.5 ESPN is WKTI.
This is the Rich Eisen Show.
Hey, everybody.
Can't get enough of the Rich Eisen Show? You're in luck. You can find us everywhere. Watch us weekdays on Disney Plus from noon to 3 Eastern. Miss the show? We've got a podcast so you can listen anytime. But here's the best part. Our YouTube channel. Subscribe at youtube.com/Rich Eisen Show and you'll never miss a moment. Now, on with the show.
And now,
this is the Rich Eisen Show.
What do you got, Mike Brown? The series isn't over.
Live from the Rich Eisen Show studio in Los Angeles.
I'll tell you.
Nobody wanted that job.
And it's just like, I'll take it.
Earlier on the show, ESPN NBA analyst Tim Legler. Coming up, NFL Network insider Tom Pelissero. Former U.S. men's national team head coach Greg Berhalter. And now, it's Rich Eisen.
All right, hour number 2 of the Rich Eisen Show is on the air. 844-204-RICH is the number to dial. We'll take your phone calls this hour when we can, and we should very shortly. But let's get right to him. Top of hour number 2, my buddy from the NFL Network, NFL Media Group, Tom Pelissero is back on the program. How are you, Tommy P? What's going on?
Doing great, Rich. What's up to my boys in the studio?
Tommy P, what's up, baby?
What up, go?
Let's go.
Is that it?
Do you want to get in on it, too? You can say hi.
I just did.
I mean, you can be like whooping and hollering.
Oh.
I guess we can't have her. Oh.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, ah.
All right. Hi, Tom. What's ringing your phone up these days? What's going on? What do I know?